Resilience, defined as the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties or toughness. The Royals bounced back last week after 2 consecutive losses to defeat the Fishers Tigers and reclaim the Mudsock title. The Royals put together a strong second half after trailing 10-7 to save their season. This Royals team is resilient, but last week doesn't matter. Tonight is a new game. 2 teams sitting at 2-2 on the season, looking to get a win and move above 500. Westfield looking to bounce back from a 10-2 loss to Noblesville last week, and the Royals looking to ride momentum from their Mudsock victory. But we know one thing. When these 2 teams get together, Hoosier Crossroad Conference implications are always on the line. Tonight, one team will come out on top. One team will move above 500. One team will surpass the other in the conference. And one thing is for sure, the most resilient team will win. Back with you next on Southeastern Sports Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here tonight at Riverview Health Field at Westfield High School. I am Sam Houston, joined by my colleague Sam Smith, and we are Southeastern Sports Network, your #1 source for all Royal athletic news. So Sam, this Royals team is coming off a huge victory against the Fishers Tigers. What did you see last week that this HSE team has to continue doing this week to get the victory tonight?
Sam, last week I saw a much different Royals team on offense. They won the time of possession battle and kept the defense off the field, which has been a problem for them in previous weeks. We also saw a lot more of Matt Harris in the Wildcat due to the rainy conditions, which proved to be very effective. And Harris also has 6 touchdowns on the year. So tonight, I would love to see the Royals turn to him again, especially near the goal line.
Yes, you're exactly right, Sam. The Royals have shown a commitment to the run all year, and I expect the same tonight. Also, all season we have seen a strong defense from the Royals. Earlier this week, we talked to senior linebacker and captain Tony Kasiri. And Sam, what did he share with us on what the defense will be focused on tonight?
Tony shared with us that he will be calling one of the signals for the Royals on defense. He explained that this Westfield team runs an imbalanced offense in certain situations. This means that the offensive line will line up with 2 tackles on one side of the ball, making one side imbalanced. It will be Tony's responsibility to identify this information and make the right calls in order for the defense to shift correctly and stop this Westfield offense.
This Westfield offense will be a challenging one to overcome for sure. And finally, Sam, with conference implications on the line, a game like this can be crucial for the HCC standings. With this Westfield team being incredibly young, how do you expect the players to perform in such a high-stakes game?
Sam, you make a great point. This Westfield offense only has 2 seniors in their starting offense, so the Royals certainly have an advantage in that category. As to what I would expect to see from the Royals, I would expect them to ride the momentum from last week and rely on their run game and defense to come out ahead in this one.
Sam, I could not agree more. This game has major implications for the HCC, and we are happy to bring it to you live here on Southeastern Sports Network. Back with you next. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are so glad for you to join us here tonight on Southeastern Sports Network. Once again, I am Sam Houston, joined by my colleague and friend, Sam Smith. So, Sam, we have briefly talked about each of these football teams, each one's strengths and weaknesses. But what do we need to see here tonight from this Royals offense and defense to get a quick start in the first quarter?
Well, Sam, I think you just said it. I think they need to get off to a fast start. We're 4 games into this season, and the Royals have yet to lead a game at halftime. So to take the pressure off for themselves, it would be nice if they could go into halftime tonight with a lead. They've struggled in the first half, but I think if they get out here on their first possession, get a score, get a stop, I think it can catapult them into a good rest of the game.
So we've talked about how this offense has been run heavy this season. They're definitely committed to running the ball. But would you like to see the offense include some more pass plays in the offense to maybe open up something big down the field? Or what would you like to see this offense commit to for the rest of the game in order to get the victory?
Well, Sam, you make a great point. They've been really run heavy, and last week we saw that a lot with the conditions. They weren't really able to open up the playbook at all. They had to keep it on the ground just for ball security. But this week we have a beautiful night here, 80 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. I think it's a good night to see what this Royals offense can do. And in terms of what I would like to see from the offense, I would like to see a little bit of a faster pace. You know, you don't have to take a 40-yard shot on every play, but, you know, a 5 or 10-yard check down pass and a run after the catch can be a big deal. So I think if we see more of that from the Royals, I think it'll get the defense off guard, and I think we will definitely see a better offense.
You're right, and as we have this Westfield team run onto the field, we can hear the engines loud and clear. Now, this Westfield team is a team that is young but has been incredibly competitive this season, Sam. They're 2-2 on the year, and they're coming off a tough loss to Noblesville. But they've had 2 big wins, one in conference play. What do we have to be wary of from this Westfield team as a Royals defense to make sure we can limit their points?
Well, when we talked to the coach this week, one of the things he talked about is that they run a lot of man. And the Royals really need to lock down on defense, and we talked to Tony Cassiri, and that's one of the things he talked about. And when you look at this Westfield offense, they run 55% of the time, so they're a very run-heavy team, and the Royals have been very good on their run defense. So if they continue their good, solid season up front, I think they'll have a good time stopping this Westfield offense.
And something interesting that Tony Cassiri talked to us about earlier in the week is he said that this Westfield offense tends to run an imbalanced formation some of the time. Now, this isn't something they do a lot of the plays, but they will mix it in quite a bit. And as Sam talked about earlier, this imbalanced offense is when they have 2 tackles on one side of the ball. But Tony Cassiri told us that this imbalanced offense favors the right side of the defense. And thankfully, on the right side of the defense, we have the team's top 3 leading tacklers in Tony Cassiri, Anthony Yeggers, and Cray Kunkelman. So I think this defense is definitely game planned and prepared for the Westfield offense and their imbalanced formation. And I think you said it perfectly, Sam. This team can stop the run. This team loves to get after the ball, loves to make plays, loves to hit players on the field, and we will do a great job on defense.
Yeah, Sam, and one of the other things that we talked to Tony about is that Westfield likes to run the screen pass a lot. And through the first 4 weeks of the season, if there's one thing that the Royals have struggled in, it's defending the screen pass. So I think that's something we need to keep our eye on tonight, and I think that's something Westfield is going to look to do.
Well, it appears as though our kicker and our punter and one of the best players on this Royals team, Mitch Hebenstreet, is coming out to boot this one away as we will be playing defense to start this ball game. And we've just talked about it, Sam, what the defense needs to be wary of, what the defense needs to execute on tonight. We'll be interested to see if they can put it together.
You're exactly right, and I'm really excited to see this game finally get going. The Royals starting on defense. I think as good as their defense has been all season, I think they have a great shot to get off to a fast start here.
Well, here we have it, the HSC Royals sitting 2-2 on the season. This is week 5. This is the halfway point through the high school football season. A victory tonight really sets the tone for the rest of the year. Hebenstreet boots it away. Fielded at the goal line after a few skips. There was a small hole, but the return man for the Westfield Shamrocks was stopped there pretty quickly. And we have this Royals defense running out onto the field.
Great start by the Royals. Great special team play there. Making Westfield start deep in their own territory. They're going to have to go 80 yards here to get a score. So a good start from the Royals. It's only one play, but you got to start somewhere.
Here we have the Westfield quarterback in the pistol formation. Oh, he muffs the snap, and he's on it. Tony Casiri is there immediately to wrap him up. And that's a great start, Sam.
Yeah, exactly what you like to see. While the Westfield kind of set the Royals up for a good play there, you saw Casiri right in the backfield and ready to pounce. The quarterback just able to get on top of that ball. It could have been a disastrous start for the Shamrocks.
So the quarterback here for the Shamrocks is number 13, Camden Simmons. Now Cam Simmons has had a good start to the year. He's 51 for 93 through the air with 579 yards and 3 touchdowns. However, his detriment is that he has 5 picks as well, as he's one to throw here. And that is a big catch there from number 88 on the Shamrocks. The name there is Dane Wheeler, the junior wide receiver. And it looked as though that might have been an interception there, but he came down with the ball. Another stat. This is a run here to the running back. That is a short run there on the offense. The running back there was Eli Patchett.
One of the things I noticed about the play before that is as soon as he caught it and as soon as he came down, how quickly Westfield got back up to the line. They're obviously putting an emphasis on pace here early. That's going to be interesting to see how the Royals respond to that.
Here we have Simmons again in the shotgun formation. Takes a snap. And there's a wheel screen route to the running back Patchett. That was a quick hit there on the play for number 32, Seth Morelli.
And one thing I noticed, Casiri was right there in the backfield. Quarterback got rid of it quick, but Casiri unblocked, had a chance to get a sack there. Not quite fast enough, but definitely the look was there.
So once again, 3rd and 7 here for the Westfield offense. It's a quarterback zone read, and there is a hole, and he has open field. Tony Casiri chases him out of bounds, but that's a first down run from quarterback Cam Simmons. And Sam, this is something that Tony actually talked to us about earlier in the week. He said that this Westfield offense loves to run the zone read. As a matter of fact, 70% of their first down play calls is a zone read, and this quarterback, although he is big and tall, he is mobile. Here he takes a snap and throws a wheel route out to number 33. That's the running back, Eli Patchett.
Interesting play call there, just a little short check down pass, but the Royals, once again, they've struggled with that this year, so seeing Westfield go to that early.
So Westfield, 2nd and long. It's a play action pass. Simmons with another strike there. The tackle, first contact is Tony Casiri, but that's a completion, and that's another first down. So we talked about this defense needing to make a few quick stops. Well, now their backs are against the wall, Sam. What do we need to see from this defense to, turn things around?
I think they got to slow Westfield down. I think we've seen their pass game really open up. The Royals put a big emphasis this week on stopping the run, and Westfield's come out here early.
And there's another big run from running back Eli Patchett, a flag on the field as well. So we're waiting for the call.
Westfield's come out here early, thrown the ball 3 or 4 times, and the Royals were preparing for a heavy run game plan. So I think they're a little bit caught off guard on this drive. So we'll see how they adjust throughout the game once they have a chance to get back and talk it over with the coaches.
So that is a face mask penalty from the Royals defense there from Seth Smorelli. So only 2.5 minutes into the game, this Westfield team has already marched 70 yards down the field as they sit on on the 11-yard line. First down, Shamrocks. Well, there is a quick handoff, and he is swallowed up in the backfield by number 26, Tony Kasiri.
That's a big play there. The Royals, a couple big plays by the Shamrocks, a lot of negative momentum on this drive. They're going to need 2 more stops like that to get out of here unscathed.
The Westfield offense looking to the sideline for the play call. So we talked about the youth of this Westfield team. The quarterback and running back are both juniors as Sammons takes the snap. There is pressure. He makes the throw, the comeback route, and that is a flag there called on cornerback. I believe that might have been, that's a hold on the defense there from the cornerback.
And Sam, on that last play, Abeo was coming after the pass rusher. The Westfield O-line had their hands full there. Interesting to see a pass rush earlier. We've seen Kasiri now get in the backfield, now Abeo. The looks are there. It'll be interesting to see if they can finish the deal.
So 2nd and 6 for the Shamrocks here on the 7-yard line. They take the snap. That's a zone read. The quarterback keeps it. Kasiri looking to close the corner, and he does. Forced out of bounds there by the linebacker, Tony Kasiri. We've already called his name a few times. And like we said, he is the man calling the signals for the defense. So he is going to have to be able to identify these formations and put the right formation out there for the defense to make the stop.
Absolutely, Sam, and it's been so impressive to watch Tony play this year. A first-year varsity football player, and he has arguably been one of the best players on the defensive side of the ball. The Royals need a player like him with an offense that has struggled at times. Their defense is got to be counted on to make big plays.
Here we have the Shamrock offense in the bunch formation. That's a toss out to Patch, the running back. He's working hard for a few yards. There's a late flag thrown in by the ref. He appears to be short of the first down as of now, but will there be a penalty to give the Shamrocks the first down?
We've seen a couple penalties already on this first drive, a couple costly ones by the Royals. It's a face mask on them. That one hurts, Sam.
So, yes, this Westfield offense has marched down the field. Kudos to them. But this Royals defense have shot themselves in the foot a few times already. They're really going to have to take care of these self-inflicted wounds if they want to stay in this game for much longer.
And it looks like they're going to replay 3rd down. So the Royals not completely out of it yet, but
3rd and 1 on the 2-yard line. They need to bring it all here. It's a handoff to Patchett. He is swallowed up in the backfield. Tony Kasiri there to throw him down. But there was a slew of tacklers on the play from the Royal defense. That was a great stop. It'll be interesting to see if the Shamrocks try to go for it or nope, it appears they're bringing out the special teams unit to take the points where they can get them.
Yes, Sam, I think this early in the game, I think you take the points. I was watching their kicker warm up, and I tell you, this kid's got a leg. So I think there's a very high percentage this one goes through, and the Rocks will lead 3-0.
So the kicker here is Alex Bales. Clean snap. He gets the kick off, and it is good. That is a score of 3 for the Shamrocks. That is a score of 0 for the Royals. 7:46 left in this first half. So, Sam, quick score there from the Shamrocks, but the defense held it together. We're only trailing by 3. What do we need to see from the Royals now to hang in this game and fire back with some punches of their own?
Well, I think the Royals need to respond with the same type of offense that the Westfield ran. Westfield ran a very simple offense, short passes, running the ball. Not anything too fancy there. I think the Royals have the ability to do just the same. So they got to get out here. And we talked to Coach Morris before the Mudsock game last week, and he talked about how they simplified the offense, but we didn't really get a chance to see that because of the conditions. So tonight is really our first look to see what changes they've made to the offense, how they've simplified it, and see if they can start to put some more points on the board.
So the kicker for the Shamrocks, Alex Bales, here to boot one away. Deep to return for the Royals is Jackson Lance. And you can hear the Shamrock student section in the background. They have shown out tonight with a lot of students who will bring a lot of noise. And wow, that kick goes through the back of the end zone, Sam. I don't think we've seen that all season from a high school kicker.
No, that is one kicker with a leg right there, and you don't see that much in high school football, Sam. I got to tell you, players like that are hard to find, and that kid, you might be seeing him on Saturdays someday.
So now, Sam, here we have our quarterback, our leader, Cody Sparks, number 5. He has the arm, he has the size, he has all of the talent. We just need to see if he can put it here together tonight as he hands it off to Boysen, and he's tackled deep in the backfield. That's a loss of 5 right there. So, as we mentioned, this team likes to run the football. That was not a great start to this commitment to the run game.
No, but they're stepping right up to the line. They're going to run a play quick.
Sparks in the pistol formation. We talked about this tempo. The offense has committed to to keeping the pace of play quick. Here we have Sparks rolling around, looking for someone down the field. There's no one, and he runs forward for about 3 or 4 yards. Tackled on the play by number 41 on the Shamrocks. That is Zach Collins.
And a big play coming up here for the Royals. First offensive series, 3rd and 12. You don't want to go 3 and out to start the game.
Especially not in 24 seconds, Sam. Big 3rd down here. 3 receivers spread on the near side of the field, 1 on the far. Appears that that's a run, and there's a hole for Harris. He runs a few defenders over. That is a 1st down. That's a big run on a 3rd and long, Sam. Wow, what a play.
Yeah, Sam, that was huge. The Royals got off to a tough start on defense and a tough start on their first couple offensive plays. Harris stops the negative momentum and gets a positive play.
Well, that's a bad throw from Cody Sparks, intercepted, and that's a touchdown. Number 3 on the defense, Ian Watson, the sophomore, with the pick 6 for the Shamrocks. And we're down 10-0 early, 6:46 left in this first quarter.
Not the start you want to see there, Sam. And we were just talking about how Harris stopped the negative momentum and finally got something going for the Royals. And then the next play, they throw a pick 6. So it is early, and what we talked about before the game is that the Royals have struggled in the first half. So is this just another first half struggle, or is this a different Royals team this week?
Well, here we have Bales to kick the PAT. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is very good.
And with that, we will take a break and be right back with you here on Southeastern Sports Network.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we have the Royals trailing early, 10-0. The Royals offense got off to a quick start with the big 1st down conversion by Matt Harris, but on the very next play, threw a pick 6 to the Shamrocks. The Royals need to come back and deliver a blow of their own.
Yeah, Sam, it certainly feels like this game could get out of control if the Royals don't get something going here. It is only 5.5 minutes into the game, but you're down 10-0, and any worse than that, and you're going to be playing from behind the entire game.
Well, here we have the kick once again over the head of return man Lance Stevens. And the Royals will get the ball at the 25-yard line. All right, I apologize. The ball will be placed on the 20-yard line.
And Sam, looking across the field, I don't think our viewers can see it, but great showing by the HSC fan base tonight. A little bit of a drive, about 37 minutes up the road, and they're here supporting their Royals.
They are here, and we are here. As Matt Harris gets the handoff, he cuts back. He has room. And there is a blocker out there that is receiver DeAndre Rhodes paving the way. What a big run there from Matt Harris. And this offense is off to a quick start with the run game. It appears that this will be working all night from the Royals if these first few runs are indicative of the rest of the game.
Yeah, Sam, absolutely. That's the second big play out of the last three from Matt Harris. Big holes, and he's finding room to run early.
It's another handoff to Harris, bouncing out. There's a tackler there. The Shamrocks swallow him up after a gain of about 1 on the play.
It's going to be interesting because the Royals' strength is their run game, but typically when you are behind in a football game, the natural instinct is to throw the football. So interesting to see if the Royals will stick to their strength here.
The handoff there goes to Boys, and there's room around the edge, and he has the first down. And what stood out to me there again is wide receiver DeAndre Rhodes is paving the way downfield, holding his blocks for 6, 7, 8 yards, allowing the runner to get around the corner and pick up the first down. That is a selfless play there from one of the better receivers on this Royal football team.
You're absolutely right, Sam. And the other thing is Ben Boysen last week, we repeatedly talked about how when the Royals ran the Wildcat, which they did not run there, but they had open looks for Boysen all game to run the football, and we've seen him run it twice now early.
And will he run it again here? He comes in motion, but the handoff goes to Harris. And there's a spin move there. There's room down the field. Matt Harris with breakaway speed. This is a touchdown for the Royals. Matt Harris is 7th on the season. Wow, what a great run there from the Royals. What a great play from Matt Harris to spin out of the tackle. What a great start from the offense. This run game has churned a lot of yards, and if it weren't for that one lapse of judgment, one lack of focus, the mistake from Sparks, this would be a much closer game, but we're only down 10-7 here as the young man, the kicker, Mitch Hebenstreet, lines up to tack on one more. Low snap and a good hold, and that's a good kick there from Hebenstreet. So 10-7, Sam. The run game obviously jumps out at you after great execution from the blockers, and the running back, Matt Harris.
And absolutely, Sam, and if we look at the score and play, looked like a bit of a dead play at first. I mean, he had 2 or 3 defenders right up on him, and he spun right out of it, and once he did that, he had a wide open field, and he was gone. Harris running hard early, and that's what the Royals need. And we're only 6 minutes into this game, and we've had 3 scores so far. So, Sam, do you think this could be a high-scoring game?
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know if this Royals team would like this to be a high-scoring game, but I'm sure ready for one, Sam. I love a good shootout on a Friday night in high school football. And I think this Royals offense has all of the weapons to outlast the high-scoring, offensive-focused football game.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And high-scoring games, usually it's a one-sided thing. But, I mean, I would love to see a shootout tonight. Hopefully the Royals can get a win. But it certainly makes our jobs a lot more fun when there's a lot of points on the board.
You are right, Sam. And here we have Hebenstreet ready to boot one away once more. Fielded at the 5 by the Westfield return man. He cuts it upfield. There's a little bit of a hole. That's a big hit on the play, but a huge run there from number 28, Dorian Henson. Big return for the Shamrocks. They'll have the ball at the 32-yard line to start this drive.
And Sam, what stood out to me on that play is Henson, how patient he was. Normally on returns, you see the player just shoot the hole and then he gets swallowed up, but there, a little bit of a Le'Veon Bell type of run there. He kind of waited for the hole to open up, and as soon as he saw it, he shot through, and it probably got him an extra 5 or 6 yards, which is key for this offense's starting field position.
And now in the backfield, we have Micah Hauser, a freshman, lining up for the Shamrocks. The Royals bring a little bit of pressure, but they throw it out to the halfback. And, ooh, it appears that two Royals defenders ran into each other as the running back is forced out of bounds by number 21, Clayton Toner.
And once again, another short pass from Westfield. They're not really trying to do anything too special with their offense right now. You're seeing a lot of short passes, but I think when they put their defenders in open field, it's giving them the opportunities that they want early.
What surprised me there, Sam, and what surprises me right now is that the starting running back for this Westfield offense is a freshman. Let me repeat that. This is Micah Hauser. In the 9th grade, he stands at 5'7" tall and only weighs 156 pounds. For this kid to be playing with varsity athletes, with seniors who weigh well over 300 pounds, he has to be incredibly talented, and I'm excited to see what he can do. As he takes the handoff, bounces outside, but is swallowed up immediately there by defensive lineman 51, Craig Kunkelman.
And anytime you have a player that young playing with varsity athletes, you know he's a special, special player. It's going to be fun to watch him tonight. Hopefully he doesn't break too many big ones on the Royals D, but just a promising young athlete. We love to see that regardless of the team they're playing for.
And Craig Kunkelman there wrapped him up with a big old bear hug, said, "Welcome to varsity football." And there is Tony Kasiri, gets a hit on him, forces him forward for the sack by 51, Craig Kunkelman. What a play by the Royals defense, working together to bring the quarterback down in the backfield.
And another great pass rush by the Royals. That's something they need. It looks like this Westfield team is going to be a little bit more committed to the pass tonight. As we talked before the game, they're more of a run-heavy offense with 55% of their plays being run plays, but we've seen a lot more passing tonight, Sam, and this pass rush for the Royals has answered quickly.
Something to add about Craig Kunkelman is that this young man is also a star wrestler at HSE, so he is an expert when it comes to wrapping someone up and bringing them down, as we saw there. And here the quarterback throws it out to the running back, the freshman Hauser, wrapped up quickly there. Big hit from 21, Clayton Toner, and 32, Seth Smorelli. Two juniors there on the tackle.
And the running back may be a little bit smaller than the rest of the guys on the field, but he is still running guys over. He's lowering the shoulder. He's not afraid to take a hit, Sam.
That is an aggressive play from a young running back and a smaller player, and you love to see the tenacity in his running style. So punting the ball is the kicker, Alex Bales, and that is a boot to Anthony Eggers, who intelligently calls the fair catch and fields it at the 16-yard line. So 10-7, Royals down by 3, Sam. Here we have a chance to take the lead or tie this one up. What do you want to see from the Royals offense as we get the ball back?
Well, Sam, you know what I want to see? I want to see exactly what they did last time. The run game is working, and then if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I would run the ball until Westfield figures out how to stop it, especially Sparks throwing that pick six early. He's probably a little bit anxious out there, so it lets him settle back into the game. So we'll see what they do here if they stick to the run.
Here we have Sparks, Boysen into motion. It's a handoff. This time it's running back Lance Stevens, I believe. He is brought down in the backfield. Looked like he had the potential to bounce it out to the right, but swallowed up. That is a loss on the play.
And Sam, we have a great view up here in the booth, and I can tell you there are huge holes out there. This offensive line just running over the Westfield defense right now. If the running back can find the hole, you're going to see a lot of big runs.
Here we have Sparks rolling out. That's a completion there to Boysen. Takes a big hit, but he's not done yet. He falls forward for a gain of about 10, and this is going to now be a 3rd and short for the Royals. Tackle on the play by number 35, Cooper Bame.
Seems we have a little bit of confusion with the referees here.
Something that I've noticed so far, Sam, from the Shamrock defense is that they get bodies to the football. They just are not able to wrap up the Royals player and bring them down. That is a few broken tackles we've seen early.
Both receivers on the far side of the field, very soft coverage. Let's watch that on this play.
Looks like they're running man. Looks like they might be running a blitz package here, and that's a handoff to Stevens. There's a hole, and he's falling forward, and there's a flag as well. That is a first down. We are waiting on the penalty call to see if it stands. And that's a holding on the Royals offense. Self-inflicted wound. We are marching backwards 10 yards. A 3rd and 4 turns into a 3rd and 14.
Sam, that penalty right there is just not necessary. The Royals really starting to get some momentum back in their favor and starting to really move the ball on offense, and then you get a penalty like that, and now you're staring down a 3rd and 14. So they just can't beat themselves tonight.
Sparks and the pistol. This one's a pass. He's throwing it deep, and that's caught over the middle, actually, short from Jackson Lance. It looked like he was winding up for a deep strike, but he checks it down to the senior receiver. There's a penalty on the field, and that is another offensive penalty for the Royals.
Be interesting to see if they even take this penalty. It would be 4th down, so I don't see why the Shamrocks would accept this.
They do decline, and here we have the punter coming out, Mitchell Heavenstreet, after the illegal formation. Here comes Heavenstreet. The ball at the Royal 20-yard line. Waiting for a boot. Low snap. He gets it off, but it's blocked. That punt is not going far at all, and it even takes a Shamrock backwards bounce.
There's
wow.
A penalty marker down, though. Let's see what this is. I'm guessing if it's on the Royals, the Shamrocks would decline anything, but no, not really sure what the call is going to be here.
Well, the Royals shifted the field by only about 5 yards.
It looks like we're being told offsides
by the Shamrocks.
Wow, Sam, that is a killer penalty. They get a chance.
It was offsetting penalties. Both teams had an infraction. However, we replay 4th down, so you're exactly right. That is a huge call from the officials there, because Heavenstreet now can boot the ball into Westfield territory and give our defense some breathing room.
That's a big break for the Royals. Heavenstreet gets a mulligan here. Let's see if he can be a little bit resilient here and boot one down the field.
Snap, that one's perfect right in the breadbasket, and there's a boot. Ooh, that's fielded, but it's dropped by the Westfield return man. Westfield retains possession. However, that is a first down for the Shamrocks. That punt there, Sam, had a lot of backspin on it, and it was definitely difficult to track through the air. But unfortunately, the Shamrocks avoid devastation and are able to keep possession of the football.
Absolutely, Sam, and we could see it from up here. 5 seconds before he even caught the ball, we could see that he was a little bit too far down the field, and he was going to have to run up towards it. And sometimes you can just sense when a play like that is going to happen. That was one of those instances right there.
Well, here as the sun sets at Riverview Health Field, the Westfield offense trots back out to see what they can do at the Royal 42-yard line. It's a run, and it's swallowed up immediately by number 7, Isaac Abeyo. Eli Patchett back in at running back on the carry.
Westfield still has good field position here. They're on the 42-yard line, so definitely a favorable part of the field to be on for sure. We'll see if they can do anything with it.
Simmons in the pistol formation. He takes the snap. He throws it out to number 88 on the side. Clayton Toner, Emmanuel Daniels, and Anthony Eggers all get a hit on the receiver. And that is a big stop after a short gain from Dane Wheeler, the junior wide receiver. It is 3rd and 9 for the Shamrocks.
Chance here for the Royals to get their offense back on the field. Long third down. After a couple tough punts, Heaven Street came back. The second one was better. But still, with the Shamrocks having that type of field position, a big chance to get a stop here.
Royals showing heavy blitz. Simmons identifies it. Looks back to the sideline to see if they want to change the play call in response to the Royals blitz. And there's a flag on the play. Is that a delay of game? Delay of game on the offense. That is a poor lack of focus there from the quarterback Simmons. Although he saw blitz and was looking to change the play, he was not wary of the play clock, and it hit 0 as this Shamrock offense goes from 3rd and 9 to 3rd and 14.
And that's one of the first penalties we've seen on the Shamrocks tonight. That's a costly one, Sam. We've talked about the Royals shooting themselves in the foot. The Shamrocks just made this third down even longer.
Well, here we have Simmons looking to the coaching staff as this Royals team lines up 4 men up front. That means there's 7 men deep. They rush 4. Great blocking, but he holds on to the ball a little bit too long. He's getting chased, checks it down, and that is our completion. But it appears as though number 4, Kyle Pepiet, will be short. Tackle on the play from number 18, sophomore John McCall.
So, Sam, while we saw a lot of scores early in this game, the last 5 or 6 minutes, the game has slowed down. We haven't seen either team score. I think this is a little bit indicative of what we're going to see tonight. It's going to be a bit of a rubber match. As we initially thought it would be a high-scoring game.
Well, and I'm going to stop you there, Sam, as this kicker, Alex Bales, is lining up for the field goal. I do not believe it. The kick is away. That is just short from the Westfield kicker. Sam, I think that kick was 55 yards.
That's certainly impressive, and it was only 2 or 3 yards short, so we got a high school kicker out here tonight. That's an absolute weapon for Westfield, because really anywhere inside the 35-yard line, and you're going to have a legitimate threat at a field goal. So that certainly is going to make things tougher for the Royals. But I'm telling you, Sam, I was watching him warm up, and I've said this already. This kid has a leg, and won't be surprised if we see the coach use him later in the game.
That was indeed an impressive attempt, but here the Royals have it, and that's a handoff to our running back, Matt Harris. Spins out of a few, turns the legs forward for a gain of about 3. And that is the end of this first quarter. Your Royals trail the Shamrocks 10-7. Back with you next here live on Southeastern Sports Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here live on Southeastern Sports Network. I am Sam Houston, joined by my colleague and my friend, Sam Smith. It is the start of the second quarter. The Royals trailing 10-7. The offense trots back out onto the field. Cody Sparks, the quarterback, in the pistol formation. That is number 49 for the Royals, motioning across the field. Nate Haas, the sophomore, and that's a run to number 4, Matt Harris. Tackle on the play by number 40 for the Shamrocks, Colin Caldwell, the senior linebacker. And Colin Caldwell is someone that the coach spoke to us about, Sam, something the Westfield coach said he is a player to watch out for. And I think that is the first time we've called his name tonight, as Harris has a run. Ooh, and he was a few steps away from breaking it. There was definitely a hole down the field, but that's enough to move the chains for the first down. And to go back to senior linebacker Colin Caldwell, he has 28 tackles on the year as well as 1 sack. So he is definitely a player who is always finding his nose and finding his way to the football. Sparks rolls out, throwing deep, and that might have just been a miscommunication between he and senior receiver Jackson Lance as that ball sails out of bounds.
And Sam, back to Caldwell for a second. One of the things that Coach Gilbert told us was that his dad is also a coach for the team and that he's the senior captain, so definitely a leader on defense. And it looks like he's been a starter since his sophomore year, so lots of experience and leadership from Caldwell.
Here, boys, and takes the run. He's swallowed up there by number 41 on the Shamrocks. That is Zach Collins, another senior linebacker, and another nasty hit as he threw Boysen down there.
And another long third down. We've seen the Royals come face to face with a few plays like this. The offense has gotten a little stagnant here in the second quarter and towards the end of the first quarter. So they need something here, I feel like, to get things going.
Here we have Boysen motioning across. This is a pass play to Lance, just completely overthrown by Sparks. The play was there, but that is an incomplete pass. That is a 4th and long for the Royals. They will almost certainly bring Heaven Street out on the field to boot this one away. The Royals offense is still there, and here they have the switch. That is a trademark of this Royals team, if you will, trying to catch the defense off guard, and that's another low snap, but that's another boot from Heaven Street. There's a flag thrown for contact with the defender. The ball is out, and the Royals recover. So this might just be Royals football. We're back in business, Sam.
Yeah, waiting on the call from the ref here. It looks like they're going to get together and discuss it.
That is an illegal formation from the offense, a self-inflicted wound. Wow.
And Sam, I'm not sure that the Royals would have gotten the ball either way. I think he marked him down. But just another penalty for the Royals. You can't have those. You can't have those and expect to win. So I'm sure we'll see the Coach Morris adjust. But certainly right now, a little bit more undisciplined than what we saw last week.
Definitely much more undisciplined. Discipline has been something this Royal team prides itself on. And to see a few costly self-mistakes tonight early is not great. And that's a good snap. That's a good kick. Wow. Heaven Street bombs one. Absolutely bombs that punt. That is down at the Shamrock 16-yard line. That is a 65-yard punt, and for the audience at home, you might not be able to grasp just how amazing that is for a high school kicker. I cannot emphasize this enough.
And I'll tell you what, Sam, as Pat McAfee would say, that is good for the brand.
That is phenomenal for the brand, Sam. This senior punter is known to boot some away, and not only with distance, but with ball flight and the height there. That was a tremendous kick. Absolutely I mean, that is a huge play for this Royals team in general, as now we have an advantage when it comes to field position. If we get a quick stop here on defense, we could field the ball at the 30 or 40-yard line.
Perhaps maybe a turnover. If they get a turnover here, they would have great field position. And it looks like a penalty marker's down.
Well, the play call there, Sam, from the Shamrocks was a zone read. And we talked about it. This Westfield team loves the run-pass options. But this one's coming back as a holding call on the Shamrocks. This is going to be a 1st and long as they move back now.
Bad field
6-yard line.
Bad field position just got a lot worse, Sam. And I'm telling you, if the Royals can somehow come up with a turnover here, they would be in prime position to put it in the end zone. Let's see how aggressive Coach Morris decides to be here with the defensive play calls, if they can get pressure on the quarterback and force a mistake.
Well, here we have Simmons taking the snap, running the ball, conservative play call from the Shamrocks, but there's absolutely nothing there. The Royals defense swallows him up. Anthony Egger is a notable player there who made first contact, but there was about 5 defensive players there at the time the whistle was blown.
And we've talked about it over and over and over this season, how great this Royals run defense is. And if you're going to beat them, you're going to have to be creative. Running it up the middle is not going to get the job done. And having Westfield pinned inside their own 10, it's a pretty predictable play call there.
Yeah. You're right, Sam. And here we have the Shamrock offense. Simmons in the pistol, trips on the near side of the field. That's a handoff. Very conservative play calling here from the Shamrocks. They're not going to jeopardize anything. And to touch on something you just mentioned, Sam, you are right. This Royals team is great with the run defense. In week 3 of the season, the Royals team took on the Avon Orioles, who are led by Ohio State commit running back Samson James. And early in the game, we swallowed him up well, besides one big run, but he was not getting much on offense from our run defense, so the Avon coaches got creative and started calling screen passes and pass plays to their running back to move the ball down the field. I'll be interested to see if this Westfield offense adopts a similar response, as Simmons here throws a short slant pass that is just dropped by the Shamrocks receiver. Well, here we have it. They're going to have to bring the special teams unit out and punt one up deep to Anthony Eggers, who is awaiting this at the 50-yard line. A great chance for field position for the Royals.
And Sam, what I noticed earlier, the other time Westfield punted, the Royals were right there in the backfield. So having Westfield pinned inside their own 10, if the Royals can get a rush here, maybe a block punt is in the works.
This Westfield team split out their offensive lineman there. Eggers just fair catches it. The 48-yard line. Sam, this Royals team now in Shamrock's position has a chance to respond and potentially gain the lead before the half is over.
And Sam, that's huge considering how this game started. Westfield, their first offensive possession, drove all the way down the field, got a field goal, and then the very next possession with Cody Sparks throwing the pick 6. It was not a good start for the Royals, and it was pretty consistent with what we've seen this season, but they fought back, and now with 8 left in the second, they have a chance to take the lead.
Here we have Lance Stevens take the ball, runs it only for a gain of about 2 yards, and as this Royals offense trots back out in the field, we are going to show you the starting lineup for this Royals offense. So here, the starting offense for the Royals, most notably led by quarterback Cody Sparks, running back Matt Harris, and receiver Jackson Lance. As Sparks goes deep to Boysen, and it is just off the fingertips. That was a good strike, but just a little bit too much, unfortunately. But Sam, this Royals offense really has a great mix of young players and older players. A lot of offensive linemen are seniors, and we have a senior receiver and running back in Lance and Harris. But Sparks is a sophomore, Boysen is a sophomore, Sparks is a junior, Boysen is a junior, DeAndre Rhodes is a junior, and one of the biggest weapons in this Royal offense, Landon Morris, is a sophomore. So there's a great mix of talent from a lot of different age groups here as Boysen runs across the field. Third down, he has the ball and he has a hole. He churns the legs. That's a first down. Looked like the ball might have come out there, but that's a big first down there from Boysen on the jet sweep.
And Sam, talking about the youth of the Royals on offense, this team isn't just going to be a good team one year and a bad team the next year. With the mix of youth and experience, you're going to see a Royals team that's going to be year after year in contention for state championships.
That's a run there. That's a spin move from Lance Stevens, a big block from number 3, Jackson Lance, as he moved down the field. That's a big run, and that was a great play, great spin move to get some things working there. And something that strikes me about this Westfield defense, Sam, is that they're running man-to-man. And I think our receivers have seams open over the middle. I think it's going to be interesting to see if Coach Morris takes advantage of this man coverage with these very athletic wide receivers. That's another run, and Lance has a hole. Lance busts down the middle. That might be a touchdown, and it is. The Royals and Lance Stevens there on a big run. Great blocking by number 49, Nate Haas, the sophomore, with the lead block there. That is a touchdown with a player injured on the field for the Royals. That might be Ben Boysen down on the play. The Royals are up 13-10. We are waiting to see that our players are all right. And no, that was number 49, Nate Haas, the player there on the lead block, who got hurt on the play. So really sacrifices his body for the touchdown. Wow, what a big run. We've seen 2 big runs from both Harris and Stevens. It's as though we have a 2-headed monster in the backfield with the attack this game.
For sure, Sam, and we saw that last week with the conditions. The Royals ran the ball 50 or 60 times, and it was certainly important to have fresh legs in the game. And I think that's really prepared them for the rest of the season. They proved to themselves that they can have a running back committee. Obviously, Harris is the lead back, but you definitely have 2 capable running backs back there that can give you a load every night. And that's something that we see not just at the high school level, but the college level and the pro level. It's a huge benefit to a football team. So
now your HSC Royals are leading the Westfield Shamrocks 14-10 with 6:39 in the second quarter. And Sam, the theme of today's game, or the theme of tonight's game, is resilience. This Royals team has been resilient all year. They take shots, but they come back swinging. We go down 10-0 early in the first quarter, but 12 minutes later, here we are in the lead 14-10. When our back was against the ropes, we were able to come back and come back hard, and that is resilience, and that is why your HSC Royals are in the lead right now. Sam, a little bit of unfamiliar territory, you would say. They're up 14-10. We've not seen them lead at the half yet this season, but they certainly have all the momentum right now. 14 unanswered. Let's see if they can add to it going into the half. And you're right, Sam. This Royals team has all of the momentum, and this Westfield student section has lost a little bit of their noise as Hebben Street boots one away to the right side of the field, and thankfully that does not bounce out of bounds. And that's a run. That's a good return there from the Westfield Shamrocks out to the 22nd yard line, as there wasn't much there from the get-go, as the ball bounced a few times, which chewed up some clock. And Sam, it'll be interesting to see if Westfield sticks with the run here. This Royals defense has done a great job so far in this game of stopping the run. Will Westfield look to other options now? One of the things we talked about, the screen pass, has been something the Royals have not been great this year at. But we've yet to see the Shamrocks call that play. So let's see what changes they've made here on offense. So here we have quarterback Cam Simmons in the shotgun. And he runs the play action. He's throwing it deep, and he has a man down the field, and he connects. That is an absolute strike from the junior quarterback, and that is a touchdown for the Shamrocks. Wow. Number 7, Patrick Beam. I apologize. That was actually number 7, Patrick Beam there on the reception. An absolute dart from Cam Simmons. That is a big touchdown, a big response. Literally 10 seconds after the Royals put up a touchdown.
And Sam, if you want to talk about resilience, that was resilience. 14 unanswered points for the Royals, and Westfield comes out and scores on their first play of the drive. We got a ball game here.
We do indeed. We have 2 offenses who are able to put points on the board. And we have to talk about that. Was a great play call there from the Westfield offensive coordinator, whoever's calling the shots, because this Royals team has seen the run a lot. They've bit on the run heavily, expecting to swallow up the running back. So you call the play action, get the defense and the secondary to bite on it, and that frees up the seams down the field. And what a strike right there from the junior quarterback, Cam Simmons. Make that 4 touchdowns on the season.
And Sam, that's the first time we've really seen Westfield open up the playbook. They've stuck to the run game and short passes here early in the game. But I don't think the Royals were expecting the Shamrocks to go deep there. It was something that seemed a little foreign to them at this point in the game. But they did, and the Royals paid the price for it.
So here we have Alex Bales getting ready to kick this ball down the field. We have Jackson Lance and Lance Stevens deep to return for the Royals. Here at Riverview Health Field, live on Southeastern Sports Network. This is an absolute bomb. Wow. That kick was phenomenal, Sam. That kick was not only into the end zone, that ball traveled in the air for a good 5 seconds. There was a lot of ball flight there. And talk about these 2 high-powered offenses. This is a battle between 2 high-powered kickers as well. Mitchell Hebenstree and Alex Bales both proving early that they have absolutely massive legs here. They're proving that they can boot the ball down the field with the best of them. As we have Cody Sparks out on the field, that's a handoff to Harris. There's a hole. He runs into a few tacklers. Stop there for a gain of about 4, and we're going to take some time to show you this Westfield starting defense. So this Westfield defense is led by senior linebacker Colin Caldwell with 28 sacks. Defensive lineman Cam Fry with 10 tackles and 1 sack. And defensive back Dorian Henson with 6 tackles. And Dorian Henson is also the kick returner for this Westfield special teams. Here we have another run from the Royals, and there's a hole, and there's Harris with the breakaway speed with the juke. He's cutting back across the field. He's not down yet. That is great stamina. That is great ball carrier vision, and that is great persistence from Matt Harris. We've talked about these broken tackles, Sam. That definitely hurt the Shamrocks as Harris pushes this ball into Westfield territory.
And sticking to that theme of resilience, this offense just responding to the touchdown very well here. Let's see if they can continue.
Here we have Sparks. Boysen running across the formation, and the handoff is to him. Great block by Stevens. Great block by Lance. That's like a gain of about 8 there from number 11, Ben Boysen.
Looks like a player's helmet came off, so he'll have to come off for a play. Official timeout here.
5:06 left in the first half. Royals trail by 3, but they are moving the ball with ease down the field. This is a pass from Sparks. He throws it to the flat to number 31, Lance Stevens. He is forced out of bounds, but that is a great play. And Sam, we haven't seen this Royals offense move the ball down the field through the air very much. And that play right there just proves to move the ball down the field through the air, you don't need to go for the deep pass. Rather, scheme the plays where you can get a nice check-up throw to a running back or receiver who can churn the ball with their legs, as this is a handoff to Lance Stevens, who just had to carry a few quick jukes on the play, and he is down for a second and short tackle by number 41, Zach Collins.
Something interesting I'm noticing, Harris started the drive, got the big run, got them into Westfield territory, and now Stevens on the field as they get closer to the end zone.
It's another handoff to Stevens. He bounces it outside, finds some room. There's a flag on the field there, but that was a good run, but it appears this one is going to come back because of a holding by the wide receiver on the far side of the field, trying to seal the edge for Lance Stevens there. So that's a tough wound there for the Royals. Second and short turns into a second and long. But like we said, this offense is able to move the ball down the field, so I wouldn't be surprised if we're still able to pick up this first down.
Yeah, Sam, and I think since it was at the spot of the foul, it's only going to be 2nd and 10. You can still come back from that, especially the way this offense is playing tonight.
Here we have Sparks and the pistol. Boysen coming across the field. Two receivers on the far side, one on the near side. Here we have Cody Sparks hand the ball off to Harris. It's a bit of a hole there. He churns his feet up for just a few yards. Good run, and we've seen great blocking from the offensive linemen. The unsung heroes of the offense, Sam, they deserve their credit because they are eating up the blocks, and they're swallowing up the defensive linemen in both the pass rush and in the run-stop game.
You're absolutely right. They're just doing a great job. Looks like we got whistles on the field. It's going to be the first charge timeout for Westfield. And with that, we'll take a break ourselves. Back with you next with the end of the first half on Southeastern Sports Network.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with 4 minutes left in your first half. The Southeastern Royals trailing by 3, but knocking on the door of the end zone. Here we'll see if the offense can convert on this 3rd and 7 and keep their drive going. We have Harris in the backfield. Handoff to Boyes, and that is swallowed up by the Shamrock defense. They read that like a book. So here we should expect Mitchell Heavenstreet to come out and try to tie this game up with only 3 minutes left, 3:52 left in the first half.
And Sam, they saw a run all the way there. They stacked the box. Almost every defender was right there. Not much coverage elsewhere. Just an easy stop for the Westfield defense. They had all the personnel in the backfield. Not much Boysen could do there.
Here we have Mitchell Heavenstreet as one Westfield Shamrock scampers off the field. There's a clean snap, clean hold. The kick is good for Mitchell Heavenstreet from 31 yards. That is an impressive kick in any league, especially here on high school football Friday Night Lights at Westfield at Riverview Health Field. Sam, that is a big kick from Mitchell Heavenstreet. This game is tied up. So what have we seen in the first half thus far from both teams to have us sit here right now at 17-17 tie ball game?
Well, first off, we saw a really, really tough start from the Royals, and they battled back with 14 unanswered points, and then Westfield took a shot down the field and caught the Royals off guard. And we're seeing two offenses that are moving the ball very effectively, and the other thing that I think we didn't see coming was how important special teams has played into this game. We've seen kickers on both sides having spectacular nights, with Heavenstreet knocking a field goal through and Westfield attempting a 55-yarder that only missed by 1 or 2 yards. So special teams playing a big role in this game. Penalties have played a big role. Lots of running the football, simple offenses. It should be a good night, Sam. I don't think either team is going to be able to get away.
So here we have kicker Mitch Heavenstreet lining up to boot this one down the field. That is a low kick, but a good kick as it rolls through the back of the end zone. The Shamrocks will bring this one out to the 20-yard line. You are right, Sam. The special teams has been an integral piece to this game, to both teams and their success that they've had tonight. We have seen Heavenstreet boot away a few punts to give the Royals prosperous field position. Furthermore, we have seen Westfield kicker Alex Bales absolutely bomb some down the field. He has great leg strength and great hang time. And here, as this Westfield offense comes onto the field, we are going to show you a few of their starters, most notably quarterback Cam Simmons and running back Eli Patchett. As there, that was a throw under duress from the quarterback, but he got that duck away and completed to number 88 for the Shamrocks. That is Dane Wheeler. So that's a great completion. That is a great catch, despite the duress faced from the quarterback.
Sam, we're seeing Westfield turn to the pass. They got a big play and got a score on their last series. I think they may have found something that works.
So there's a screen route out. Missed tackle from the first defender, cleaned up by number 1, Manny Daniels, the senior safety, but the first-year Royals football player.
And I feel like we say that about a lot of these players. You talk about Manny Daniels, you talk about Tony Kasiri. Guys their senior year getting a chance for the first time to play varsity football and really making the most of their opportunity. I think that speaks volumes that it doesn't matter if you're in your 8th year playing football or if you're in your 1st year playing football. If you're a talented football player, you're going to get your chance under Coach Morris, and that's what we like to see.
Shotgun snap to Simmons. He's lining up for the pass. He moves forward in the pocket. This is a run. Swallowed up there by number 32, junior Seth Smorelli. Big hit. And we talked about this earlier in the game. We haven't harped on it as much as the game has progressed, but the quarterback, Cam Simmons, is definitely one to run the football. He is big, he is physical, and he is not afraid to run into you. Here as the Shamrocks approach this 3rd and short. It's a zone read, and it's a keep from Cam Simmons. That's a first down.
And that's one of the things Tony Kasiri told us this week was Cam Simmons is a threat with legs. He's got a good arm, and he can run the football, so a dual threat. It really opens up the zone read and the run-pass option for the Shamrocks. Sorry.
Well, here the Shamrocks have an empty backfield, a trips on the near side of the field. They run the short flat route out. Completed for a gain of about 2. Not much there on the pass play, but you have seen, although as we mentioned earlier, the Shamrocks team runs the ball 55% of the time. In the second quarter, we have seen heavy pass from the Shamrocks offense in response to this gritty Royals run defense. Another empty backfield formation for the Shamrocks. Simmons lining up to throw it, and oh, it's completed over the middle. And that's a good run after the catch, as number 88 Dane Wheeler is forced out of bounds by 32, Seth Smorelli.
And another thing there, Sam, a great block by Jacob Riddle to really open that run up to give him a chance after the catch to make a big play.
Shamrocks in the pistol formation. It is a first down. 70% of the time they run a zone read on 1st and 10. See what the call is here. It is a read option. He pitches it out to the running back. That is a big run from number 33, Eli Patchett. Although he is one of the key players for this Westfield offense, we have not called his name very much tonight. Number 18, the safety, John McCall, there on the stop.
Just a great read by the quarterback. He saw that he was going to get hit, hands the ball off, or rather toss it. A big gain for Westfield, and they're moving the ball here late in the second half, or first half.
Simmons sees the blitz as Eggers does very little to disguise that he is coming for the quarterback, and they are here. And the Westfield offense is looking towards the sideline to change the play call, potentially in response to this Royals blitz.
And Sam, I'm a little confused as to why the clock is not running here. I do not believe there were any timeouts called on the field.
Well, it appears that the Shamrocks do indeed take a timeout as the play clock was running down. And that's the second time we have seen confusion between the quarterback and the coaching staff. Simmons has seen blitz on 2 different occasions. One of those occasions, he was not wary of the play clock, and there was a delay of game. This time, they're just able to get the timeout called with 2:04 left here in the first half at Riverview Health Field in Westfield, Indiana. Waiting for the offense to come back onto the field. Quite a bit of deliberation for a second and 1 here for the Shamrocks. You think as though there is some significance behind this down that we are not seeing, Sam, because quite a bit of game plan here for a 2nd and 1, as I mentioned.
That's a good point, Sam. They may be setting up the rest of their drive. Maybe they're going to go no huddle here, something along those lines, but you're right.
Big blitz from the Royals, picked up well by the Shamrocks. Wow, that is a great pass there from Cam Simmons. Absolute dart.
And Sam, I think we just saw the significance of that play right there. Very creative. We were a little unsure about what a timeout on 2nd and 1, what the significance of that was, but I think we just saw it, a big gain, and Rocks knocking on the door here.
And that was a reception there by number 88, Dane Wheeler. We have called his name so often tonight, and that was a great pass from Simmons. I can't emphasize that enough. Knowing where the receiver was going to be and putting the ball out in front of him for him to make a play. As Eli Patchett dives forward, that is a Shamrock touchdown. Pending the extra point. It is 23-17. The Shamrocks back on top. A big play for them to take the lead before this first half is over. Sam, we are in for a shootout. That is 41 points, assuming that the extra point goes in this first half.
That's crazy stuff, Sam.
The kick is indeed good. 24-17 your Shamrocks, and if you're at home, you can hear the engines loud and clear here at Riverview Health Field as all the momentum now lies with this Westfield football team.
And Sam, speaking of the points scored, Westfield storms out of the gate and the Royals respond, and at that point we were like, okay, this could be a shootout. And then at the end of the first quarter and a little bit into the second quarter, both offenses just got a little bit stagnant, and then we were wondering, okay, I think both teams have finally figured each other out, and as soon as I said that, Westfield opened up the playbook, and here they come, and it's been 14-3 Westfield since. So, yeah, I think I predicted wrong twice, but I think this is going to be a shootout. And another thing, Sam, is once again the Royals down 7. They're staring down another halftime deficit, and something we've seen this year multiple times. So they sure know how to respond to it, but you certainly don't like to see them making the same mistakes week after week.
Well, here we have Bales with another high arching kick, but Lance fair caught it. The Royals will take this out to the 20-yard line, and Sam, you're right, we've touched on this a few times. The Royals have never led a game going into the second half, and yet we sit 2-2 on the season, so you cannot count us out quite yet. But for this Royals team to be up 17-14 only about 5 minutes ago, now they trail by 7. 10 unanswered points for the Shamrocks. You'd love to see this Royals team go into the half with some momentum so they can come out swinging again. As Sparks waits in the pistol formation. 2 receivers on either side of the field. Harris is the lone back. Sparks takes a snap. He's throwing the ball. Lance was wide open down the seam, and that ball was a good 7 to 8 yards above his head. That is disappointing to see, Sam.
Sam, that's a mistake that we've seen multiple times tonight and this season. That seems to be Sparks' miss, is when he overthrows his receivers. We'll see if he can figure that out at some point.
Here it's another snap. Here it's another pass. A little bit of pressure. Sparks rolling down the field, throws the ball to the sideline to number 81, Landon Morris, but I believe he has crossed the line of scrimmage when he threw that pass. This one is coming back.
Difficult play. I don't think Sparks realized where he was on the field.
Yep, illegal pass on the offense. That is a loss of 5 yards, and I believe it is a loss of down as well.
And now the Royals, at this point, they may want to think about playing conservative and running out the clock, because this offense a little bit stagnant here late in the second quarter. At some point, you got to say, hey, we're not going to score on this drive. Now we got to think about keeping the ball out of Westfield's hands, as their offense has been hot lately.
That's a good point you bring up, Sam, and you're right. This Royals team with 2 quick incompletions has not churned any clock, and it looks as though the Shamrocks will get this ball back. Here we have Sparks directing the offensive line.
And I believe
Trips formation on the far side of the field, 1 lone receiver. That's sophomore Landon Morris.
I believe Westfield still has 2 timeouts, so if the Royals are short here, then they can stop the clock.
Oh, it is a run to Harris. There is some room. Morris unable to seal the edge. That's a big tackle from the secondary. Timeout Westfield after the short game from the Royals. We have seen a 65-yard punt from Hebben Street already. It is a tall order to ask for one from him again.
And Sam, halftime is coming at a good time for the Royals. This has very much been a game of momentum. First it was Westfield to start the game, and then the Royals fought back, and now Westfield seems to have the momentum back. So we'll see who can get out of the half strong. The Royals are going to be in a bit of a tough position. If they don't come out strong in the second half, they're going to have a big hole to dig themselves out of. But you got to think that the Royals have been in this position so many times this season. They know how to get themselves out of this.
Yeah, and I think something, Sam, that we're going to have to do better in the second half is move the ball through the air. This run game has been phenomenal, but something that the run game can do as well as open up the pass game for an offense. Like what we saw with the Westfield Shamrocks, the first quarter and a half, they were pounding the run game. But when they finally switched to a few play-action passes and short passes down the middle of the field, the defense was unable to prepare, and it's led to a big offensive burst for the Shamrocks. And the whistles blow again from the officials. Not sure what the stoppage was there.
It's on the very far side of the field, and the ref picked up the flag, so I'm not sure what the call is here. I think it might be 12 men on the field.
Does the offense... That was an illegal substitution from the Shamrocks. Self-inflicted wound. The Royals get the first down. The ball stays with the offense.
And that hurts for Westfield. Not only do the Royals get the ball back, but it appears that Westfield probably will not get the ball back before halftime now.
Well, hopefully we did not speak too soon, because this Royals team needs to turn the clock or get points on the board as Sparks takes the snap. It's a run to Harris. A little bit of room. He cuts back. He cuts down the field. Broken tackle. He's churning his legs. And that's another big run from Matt Harris. And a great block on the offensive line from number 77. That is, I apologize, that was 76, Turner Edwards on the play.
Another great run by the Royals.
So although the Royals wants to get a lot of yards quickly, you don't quite need to go through the air, as what we have seen with a few big runs from this Royals team.
And it looks like a penalty marker is down. Stops the play here.
It is against Westfield. We're awaiting the call. Another legal substitution. A lot of confusion from this Westfield team between the players and the coaching staff. Two big self-inflicted wounds are giving the Royals a chance to fight back, potentially tie this game up before we head into the locker rooms for the half.
And the Royals have a great opportunity to maybe put the ball in the end zone here and get it right back when they come out of the locker room.
Sparks winding up the pass, a lot of pressure. He's rolling to his left. He throws it out of bounds down the field. Smart play by Sparks. No reason to force anything there.
About 1:06 left in this first half. Sam, at this point you feel like you got to pass the ball, but it just hasn't been there tonight for the Royals. Do you keep it on the ground here and maybe play for a field goal? Cabin Street's having a good game so far.
Well, Sparks does indeed pass it. He has got receivers rolling to the right. He goes deep to Landon Morris. Oh, he makes a big catch. He jumps over the defender, but I think he was too far out of bounds.
Ooh, I don't know,
This will
Sam.
be close.
I don't know.
What is the call on the field? They're celebrating like a touchdown, and it is a touchdown. That is a touchdown call from the officials. It sure is close, Sam.
Sam, I think they did get it right. At first look, we're not down here. We're up pretty high, so we have a pretty good view. He definitely got a foot down. It's whether he had control of the ball, but I like the call. I thought it was a touchdown.
Well, here's Heaven Street to solidify it. Kick is up. Kick is good, and Sam, the Shamrocks team, had a chance to get the ball back, churn out the clock, go into halftime up 24-17. Two self-inflicted wounds, especially on the fourth down with the punt. The Royals come back, and the junior to sophomore connection, Cody Sparks to sophomore Landon Morris, who absolutely mossed his defender, comes down with a huge touchdown reception. It's 24-all. Hopefully, after this shootout of a first half, we can go into the locker room at this score, and the coaches can make some adjustments to come back for another big second half. But, Sam, something I want to address is that our first game against LC, there was a total of 43 points scored. Second game against North Central, there was around 40 points scored as well. Third game against Avon, there was only 31 points scored. Here tonight, there was 48 points scored between both teams in one half of play. That is tremendous.
That's great analysis, Sam, and I think it speaks volumes of how far these teams have come and how far the Royals have come. Their offense has struggled all year, and they come out tonight in the first half and put up 24 points. You got to like what you see. They got to be feeling good going into the half. I mean, you got this game tied. There were times where you felt like you were going to be in a big hole, and we're tied. It's a new ball game.
Here's Heaven Street with another low kick, another boomer. It's off the face mask of the Shamrock return man, but it's picked up by the other one. Oh, boy, he has a hole. He has a hole, but he is thankfully taken down by a few Royals there. Disaster turned into success for the Shamrocks. 52 seconds left, Sam. You take a few shots here with the quarterback, Cam Simmons, who has had plenty of success thus far tonight.
Well, Sam, absolutely. I think the deep ball has been there all night. Westfield has really had a good passing game. And what do you have to lose with 52 seconds left? You're not getting the ball to start the second half. I think they've got to at least try to get into field goal range, because their kicker, who tried a 55-yarder, is capable of kicking a long field goal if they can't get in the end zone.
Well, here we have Simmons in the pistol formation. It is a run to the running back. That's a good gain for 10 yards. Move the chains. There's 45 seconds left. That didn't churn up much clock, and now, you're right, Sam, they're knocking on the door of field goal range. Another handoff here. I believe the running back is the freshman we mentioned earlier, Micah Hauser. So that's a good stop there from the Royals as the clock continues to churn. But the Shamrocks
and
have a
Sam,
chance to take
I think they're going to need about 15 more yards for a realistic field goal attempt. I think they need to get to about the 35-yard line to give their kicker a chance.
Well, here's a zone read. Simmons keeps the ball, dives forward for a short gain. Will be third and short with 10 seconds left. Do you take one last shot before the half? The Shamrocks will as they spike the ball, making it fourth down. 3 seconds left, enough time for one last shot at the end zone. And you're right, Sam, they have nothing to lose here.
Yeah, your only play is really to throw one up in the end zone for a Hail Mary, and it looks like the Royals are going to play deep. And pretty predictable play call coming here.
4 men deep, waiting at the 15-yard line for damage control and to prevent the Hail Mary. And senior wide receiver Jackson Lance started to trot out onto the field as he has big playability and good hands. Potentially could have picked it off, and although we are expecting a Hail Mary, it's a bunch formation for the Shamrocks on offense. False start as the officials blow the whistle. Our delay of game, I apologize. Still that is 5 yards backwards for the Shamrocks. 50-yard line now, a little bit more yardage here if you're going to take a shot towards the end zone, Sam. 50 yards through the air is a tall order for any quarterback, especially one that is only 17 years old.
And Sam, I'm not sure that was unintentional. I think maybe the quarterback has practiced the Hail Mary. He knows exactly how far he needs to throw it. If 50 yards is around that number where he can throw it, that could have been an intentional delay of game.
That is interesting analysis, Sam, and I think you might be right because that did look pretty intentional to me. As here we have the quarterback taking a few steps back, giving himself room to run forward, and he's just going to run the clock out. Not sure what that play call was there, but no one was harmed on the play as we head into the second half, 24-24. Your Royals are tied with the Shamrocks, and we are live here on Southeastern Sports Network. Thank you for tuning into our first half. We will be back with a little analysis going into the second half, but thank you for tuning in here live on Southeastern Sports Network.
their pictures to concussion section. That cuts the board and hits the first. It is now 1962. And we are driven to the Severa International Station right by. The Shamrock flag, like to say thank you to all the parents and family members who have supported them as they prepare for this year's competitive rugby season. What they scored, the next time, 8-41, Camden Simmons lucky. Last there, 7:57 after the second quarter. Wethersfield, lucky, Granville, Durham, left the half.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight we get to celebrate WSR Youth Cheerleading and Youth Football. We're excited to have all our people up in the house tonight. We're going to start by just introducing them in the league, and then we're going to enter the prize. First, let's hear some of the Youth Cheerleaders. Over here. ball players. Stand up, guys. Next, we have our first grade run. How about the second grade run? The third grade run. The first grade run. Next we have our fifth and sixth grade run. And back here we have our travel run. Alright, now real competition now. We're going to have a dance-off out here. Alright, first we're going to do cheerleaders. So cheerleaders get up, get ready to dance. Okay, that was a technical difficulty with the music down here. So, we're going to do a styling dancing. So right now, cheerleaders dance. Let's see you dance. Come on, let's go. Woo! Alright, that's pretty good. How about the flag? Flag football, let's see it. Come on. You're going to have fun show. Yeah. I see some Fortnite dances going on right now. Alright, how about the coast getting off? Let's show yourself. Woo! Oh, I see the cross. I see the cross out here. Alright, first grade down. Alright, let's second grade. Come on, show some stuff. What we got? Alright. Belgrade! Show us your stuff! Look at you guys, alright? First grade! Show that's done! That's good.
Houston. Wait, don't go yet. Don't go yet. Don't go yet. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here live at Westfield High School at Riverview Health Field. We are Southeastern Sports Network, your #1 source for all Royal Athletic news. I am Sam Houston, joined with my colleague and my friend Sam Smith. And Sam, 2 minutes left at halftime. We sit at a score of 24-24. What have we seen from both teams in the first half? And what would you like to see from the Royals on the offensive and defensive sides of the ball so that we can secure this victory?
Well, Sam, in terms of what I've seen from both teams, I've seen an up-and-down game. It's very much been a game of momentum. Whoever has the momentum seems to be able to put the points on the board, but how we got to this 24-24, it seems like all the points have come in clumps. So what the Royals need to do, they need to get that momentum on their side with the score right out of here in the locker room in the second half. But what they need to do on offense, they got to get back to what they're good at, and I think that's running the football. The looks were there in the first half. What I really noticed is when they run to the outside, they really get the running backs in open field, and they get some big yardage. But another thing to think about is Sparks has missed a few throws, and they've had looks in the passing game too. So if Sparks can just sharpen up a little bit, the Royals offense has had their opportunities, and they will have more opportunities in this second half. It's just whether they can capitalize on those.
Yes, Sam, you are completely right with that analysis. There have been shots through the air for the offense, but you're right. The run game is what this team is committed to, is what this team is best at. And in the first half, we talk about the split carries between Harris and Stevens. Well, Matt Harris alone had 175 yards rushing in the first half. You did not hear that wrong, audience at home. Senior running back, first-year varsity football player, Matt Harris, has 175 yards and 1 touchdown. This is a player you would love to have on your fantasy football team today. Furthermore, we talk about this Westfield offense. They have gotten a plethora of points, but they've done it through the air as opposed to on the ground like the Royals. Junior quarterback Cam Simmons has 198 yards passing through the air, as well as that big strike we saw, the 60-yard touchdown bomb that he threw in the first half. So, Sam, there's been very little defense in this game. What is the Royal defense going to have to do to get it together, tighten up the loose screws, and get the victory?
Well, they've got to be better in the passing game. I don't think there's any issues at all in the run defense. But Westfield, most of their big plays have come on the passing side of their offense. So if the Royals sharpen up a little bit on their passing defense, they should be able to hold the Westfield offense in check. But it doesn't just stop there. I mean, the offense has to get out there and score some points. The defense can't do it by themselves. It's going to take a full team effort in this second half, and I'm excited, Sam.
I am as well. And so, Sam, my last question before we get back to action here in the HSE versus Westfield football match. Give me a key player on this Royals team who you think will be the difference maker in us getting the victory tonight.
Well, Sam, it would be easy to say Matt Harris because he's had over 170 yards in the first half. But I think Westfield knows what's coming at them in the second half. I think they're going to make adjustments to that run game. They're going to try to stop Harris. So my X factor in the second half is going to be Cody Sparks, because I think the passing game is going to be where the Royals are going to have their opportunities. I think Westfield is going to shore up their run defense, and it's going to be a little bit tougher to run on them in the second half. So they're going to have to get creative. And when we talk about Cody Sparks, a great thing that the Royals have set themselves up for is the play action. Westfield is expecting run on most plays because that's what the Royals' strength is, and that's what we've seen in the first half. Play action is going to be a big part of the second half. If the Royals decide to go there, I think those opportunities will be there. It's just, can Sparks make the throws? But I think he will. At some point, he's got to say, hey, I got to make the throws. This could be the night. I feel like we say this every week. We're waiting for that moment for Sparks to break out. It's got to happen at some point, Sam, doesn't it?
It does, and I couldn't agree more, Sam. No one would dispute the talent that Cody Sparks has. The size, the arm strength, the big playability is all there. But he has yet to put it together. This is one of the most exciting players on our Royals football team, but one of the biggest wild cards in our Royals football team, and you're right. There has to be a moment where we finally see Cody Sparks come to play and flourish under the spotlight. So why not tonight? Why not this second half? As this second half gets underway, we will see who the most resilient team is. We will see who will come out on top. we will see who can take control of the HCC. Back with you next on Southeastern Sports Network. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. The environment is electric here in Westfield, Indiana, Westfield High School. The crowd is large for the home team, but the HSC fans have showed out. Two equally matched teams, two explosive teams who came to play in the first half. The Royals have a chance to get the ball back and get the momentum started early in their favor here as kicker number 2, Alex Bales, boots it away for the Shamrocks. And we are underway in the second half of this football game with a big kick that Lance has to return. And there's some room. Jackson Lance tackled out at about the 28-yard line. Good return and a good start. So, Sam, we've talked about it. We've talked about how Cody Sparks needs to come to play in this second half. What do you like to see the offense do here the first couple of plays? Get the ball moving.
Well, Sam, it's not going to happen instantly. I think you got to ease Sparks into the second half. I think you're going to keep running the ball because they've had so much success doing so, but implement some short passes. Let the quarterback get in a rhythm. Let him get a couple easy completions and really propel your offense forward.
Well, here we have Sparks lined up in the pistol. Boysen comes across the formation. It's a quick run to Harris. That's a big hole. That's another run for about nine yards. They're going to stop him short. Make that 184 on the night, Sam. That number is staggering. Absolutely staggering, and we've touched on this a few times. But to appreciate the fact that Matt Harris is playing his first year of high school football and dominating just is a testament to the type of athlete he is, as he is wrapped up for a gain of nothing, and we have 3rd and 1 here.
A little surprised they marked him short there. It looked like he had enough to get it, but we'll see what they draw up here. I would expect them to just run the ball and get the first down before they try to do anything special.
Sparks awaiting the call from the sideline. It appears as though the Royals will remain in the pistol formation. Harris in the backfield. Handoff to Harris. There was a few Shamrock defenders there, but Harris shakes his way forward. That is a first down, and that's a good start for this Royals offense, Sam.
Yeah, exactly what you like to see. Like we said, ease your way into the second half. You don't have to get it on the first play. Get a couple first downs. Make a couple easy runs up the middle. Get a couple easy throws for Sparks. That's how you get the offense in rhythm, and that's how you get the momentum and tire the defense out in the second half.
Well, here we have Sparks in the pistol, Boysen across the formation. The whistle is blown dead. Will this be an offensive penalty for the Royals? We shall see.
It's going to be encroachment on Westfield, so Royals get 5 free ones there, and a 1st and 5 coming up.
Well, here the ball is now at the Royal 46-yard line. Good field position from the get-go for the Royals. Do you take a shot here on 1st and short? Something that stands out to me has been the formation we've run with our receivers and the man defense from the Shamrocks. I think that we can expose it and take advantage of it. As Sparks lines up the throw in here, he does not see what he wants down the field. He holds on to the ball too long, and 1st and 5 goes to 2nd and 9 after the Shamrock sack by number 57 for the Shamrocks. That is Ryan Mahoney, senior defensive lineman.
And that would have been a good play to have a check down receiver there. Sparks stepped back, didn't have anything, and he had nowhere to dump the ball off, so he was kind of left in the backfield. Nothing he could really do there other than take the sack.
Well, they tried to take a shot early, a little bit of miscommunication. Here's a handoff to Stevens, fights his way through 1 tackle for a gain of about 5. Tackle on the play by the defense, number 24, Eric Kriskovich. Here we have a 3rd and 4 after a 1st and 5 to start this series here. Stevens, the lone back. Boysen across the formation. The handoff is to Boysen. Tries to work his way forward. He reaches for it. I don't know about that spot, Sam. I think he reached there and got it, but he is marked short by 3 yards. The field position here and the potential of Heaven Street to pin one close. What do you do?
I think you kick it away. I think the Westfield offense has been too good tonight. Looks like that's what they're going to do. They've just been too good tonight to give them the ball on the 50-yard line if you don't get the first down. I like the call here. Heaven Street's had a good game. Put the game in your defense's hands.
Heaven Street takes the snap. That's a good kick. Low, though, so the receiver is able to return it. Few broken tackles. He shimmies his way up to the 22-yard line. After about a 3-minute possession, the defense now comes back onto the field for your Hamilton Southeastern Royals.
And Sam, I'm okay with that first possession from the Royals. You ease into the second half. You got a first down. Tough sack by Sparks, and you punt the ball away, but the defense has played well tonight. Westfield's on their own 23. I think this early in the second half, the Royals are very much in this game.
Simmons takes a snap. That's a handoff. No, it's a keeper. Zone read there. He is fought out of bounds by number 10, Jake Huston, the junior cornerback. So we've said that this offense likes the run-pass option. They love the zone read. We haven't seen it much tonight. But the zone read there picks up 9 for the Shamrocks to make it a 2nd and 1.
And Sam, let me tell you, I was fooled on that play. I was looking on the far side of the field, and had you not said something, I wouldn't have known that the quarterback had the ball. So the defense had to be caught off guard, just like I was.
Well, here is the handoff this time. Stop short there.
I believe he's going to get the first down.
Yeah, that was number 36, Anthony Eggers, off the edge for a big tackle. I'm not sure if that is enough, though. It is, so that is a first down, Shamrocks. This drive is still moving.
Westfield looking pretty committed to the run early in this second half.
They do take the snap. They play action. It's a pass, low slant route there to number 88, Wheeler. And boy, did he have a good first half. Plenty of receptions coming his way for the tight end / wide receiver. He plays it all. He catches them all. So now we have another 2nd and short for the Shamrock offense.
Little jump by the defense there.
Here we have Simmons. He sees the blitz. They look back to the sidelines. We've seen this a lot tonight. The coach seems furious with the formation from the offense there, not what he wanted at all. Here's a play action, and here is the keeper.
I think he's got the first down, but a great tackle on the play by the Royals.
That was senior captain 26, Tony Cassiri. And that was a true run-pass option. Simmons cocked the ball back like he was going to throw a strike and then worked his way forward for the first down. 1st and 10, a few quick first downs for the Shamrock offense. Simmons awaits the snap. And here you can hear the Westfield student section loud and clear as they are supporting their boys. And here's another zone read. Pitch out to the running back. Big tackle on the play by number 10, Jake Huston.
Sam, I'm a little surprised the quarterback pitched that one off. It looked like he had a pretty big hole. Almost looked like he panicked in the moment. Just had a chance to get a big play there.
And these Westfield fans are chanting, "We want the banner," in reference to Anthony Calhoun's prize for the best student section in the state, and they have definitely brought the energy tonight. And here we have the Westfield offense 2nd and short. It is a handoff. There is a hole, and that is a first down for the Shamrocks, number 33, Eli Patchett.
And Sam, this Westfield offense starting to grind away at the Royals defense just a little by little. That's their 3rd first down of this drive. They're eating a lot of clock. They're getting a lot of nice gains. They've got the Royals on their heels early in the second half.
definitely chipping away at this Royal defense. It's another run. That's a great block there. From number 55 for the Shamrocks, that is Bronson, a sophomore, with the big tackle. And we've talked about this earlier, Sam, the youth of this Westfield offense. They have 9 underclassmen, only 2 seniors in the starting offense. And this youth and this mobility from the offensive line has definitely been a factor tonight. As they hand the ball off, and that's another first down. A patient run from number 33, Eli Patchett, tackle on the play by Jake Huston. And gosh, this defense looks lethargic, Sam.
Yes, Sam, you're exactly right. Just a little stale coming out in the second half, but really Westfield offense pretty consistent with what we saw in the first half. They're just very productive on offense. And, you know, is the Royals defense struggling, or is the Westfield offense just on their game tonight?
Well, that's another big hole for the running back, Patchett. He fights his way forward. That is a first down for Eli Patchett. Tackle on the play by number 32, Seth Morelli. And here we have it, 1st and 15. Wow, what a drive. And you look at the game clock, 7 minutes have been chewed up in the second half already with only 2 possessions. So this Royal offense is now restricted in the time they have to respond because of the patience of this Westfield offense. As Simmons takes the quarterback keeper, fights his way forward for a gain of about 4 yards. Tackle on the play by 51, Craig Kunkelman.
And Sam, this is the kind of drive that just frustrates the Royals, because one of their biggest problems all year has been their inability to keep the defense off the field. And not only has the offense gone out there in the second half and had a quick drive with no productivity, now the defense has been on the field for over 5 minutes, and I think you're going to see that towards the end of the game. You're really going to see it take a toll.
Here's Simmons again with another quarterback keeper, tackle on the play. Number 7, Isaac Abeyo, the great edge rusher for the Royals. And Sam, you're right. Typically, we've seen the offense with short, unsuccessful possessions that has kept the defense on the field. Very rarely have we seen the defense just gotten chipped away at in a grueling, slow, methodical drive. And that's kudos to the Shamrock offense, definitely coming out game planning on how they can score points but not do it as quickly as they have in the first. That is a timeout there by the Royals. Coach Morris wants to look this one over. And we will get back to you next on Southeastern Sports Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Southeastern Sports Network for your coverage of the HSC versus Westfield High School football game. The Shamrocks have the ball 3rd and 6 on their 10-yard line, knocking on the end zone. Here we have quarterback Cam Simmons awaiting the snap. Eli Patchett to his right. There's 3 seconds left on the play clock. They need to snap the ball, and they do in time. This is a pass, slants over the middle. Ooh, that was a dangerous throw as there were 3 defenders in the area. Closest there on the breakup was number 1, Emmanuel Daniels. And now we have 4th down, and that is huge from this Royals defense. This is a bend, don't break mentality. Instead of giving up 7, they might just give up 3 if the very talented kicker Alex Bales is able to put this one through. Ooh, Emmanuel Daniels almost got a hand on that, but that is good with ease. 27, the Westfield Shamrocks, 24, your Southeastern Royals. It appears as though special teams is staying on the field.
I think they might have run into the kicker. That could be very bad for the Royals. If that's the case, it could give Westfield a first down. And I tell you, Sam, if that is what the penalty is, that's the kind of play that changes football games right there.
Well, we're awaiting the call. Both coaches are out onto the field discussing with the refs what just went down. And you're right, Sam, with the Royals almost got out. As the Royals almost got out of this with only giving up 3 points, the Shamrocks might just have a chance to put this one in.
And I believe it is going to be on the Royals because the head ref is talking to the Westfield head coach right now, almost as if he's discussing what the penalty, if he's going to accept or decline the penalty.
Well, the field goal is good. The penalty will be enforced on the kickoff, so the Royals team gets out of there pretty luckily after a grueling drive, only surrendering 3 points. The Royals trail by 3.
And Sam, what a turnaround from last week when you look at the weather. It was a monsoon out there. I don't think it let up one time during the game at all. We were wet in the booth and we had a roof over us. That's how wet and humid it was. And you look at this tonight, it's about 75 degrees. Just a beautiful night for football. We're so fortunate to be here. Thanks to the athletic directors at Westfield High School for giving us the opportunity to come here and broadcast. And we've got a pretty good football game, Sam.
We do. We sure are blessed, Sam. Thank you to the Westfield athletic directors and the hospitality of them for letting us into this booth to give you, Royals football fans, sports coverage from the comfort of your home. Furthermore, a big thanks is due to the HSE athletic department, the unwavering support from athletic directors Greg Habegger and Coach Self has been vital to the success of our program, and we could not thank them enough. And furthermore, thank you to the viewers tuning in tonight. We do this for you, and we could not do this without you. So if you are tuning in to Southeastern Sports Network live here at Westfield High School, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbors to tune in to Southeastern Sports Network Friday nights to watch the Royals. And that ball is kicked out of the back side of the end zone. That is impressive. We've seen Bales boot them all night, and it is unrelenting as we get into the second half.
And Sam, not only do his kicks have the length, they have the hang time, almost like a pro-style kick. Just so impressive. The special teams play by the Shamrocks has really been an advantage to them tonight. And Hebbett Street has also done a great job. But the Westfield kicker has just blown me away. Watching him in warm-ups, watching him attempt a 55-yard field goal, and watching him on these kickoffs, it's just been something special to watch.
Well, here the Westfield student section gets rowdy on this first down. Handoff to Matt Harris. He turns his way up for a few yards. He's got to be near the 200-yard mark for the game. And as we trail by 3, I would like to see the Royals commit to what has been working well for them. There's no reason to force anything with 15 minutes left in this ball game. Sparks waits the snap, boys in, runs across the middle. Hand off to Harris. He has a hole down the right side. There's some room. He's still churning. It took 3 Westfield defenders there to bring him down as we have a 3rd and short.
Harris just continues to run hard. Just a great night, a career night for Matt Harris. Just special stuff we're seeing.
Well, here we're bringing in the jumbo offensive formation. This is a clear run as we send 2 receivers off the field. We got 2 receivers in the near side of the field, but everyone's stacked in deep. Boys in coming across the middle. Hand off to Harris. There's some room.
He's got it.
Jackson Lance with a big block. Love to see that from a wide receiver. Harris with a big run. That is a Royals first down.
Big play by the Royals. It certainly felt like a crucial play, a 3rd and 1. This offense has had some difficulty in the second half getting going. We've gone 10 minutes without any points and surrendered 3 to Westfield. So really as a whole, Sam, this just feels like a crucial possession. If you got to feel like the Royals have to get something here to keep themselves in this ball game.
Another handoff to Harris. He bounces to the outside, cuts back to the inside. That is hard running for 4 yards, and his ball carrier vision is impeccable. The way that he shifts and jukes and maneuvers his body and sees the holes and openings is fantastic. And for a player who has never played varsity football, to have that just natural talent is amazing. And that's Sparks rolling out to his left, throws the ball across his body, and that is short, intended for Jackson Lance. Now we have a 3rd and 6.
Sam, my X factor was Cody Sparks, and a bit of a rough start to this second half. They got to find some plays that they can ease the quarterback into the game, just get him a couple easy completions, jumpstart this offense. The run game is working.
We stick to it on the 3rd and long. That's Lance Stevens. Gain of 2, and Sam, when this offense gets so predictable to running the ball every play, it is not going to work all the time. You are right. For the Royals to come out victorious, it's going to take effort. Not effort, but it's going to take just consistency from Sparks. As the offense decides to stay out on the field, it appears we're going to go for it, Sam.
I think they might just try to get him with the hard count here. Yep, and here comes the punt unit.
Special teams. But you're right. Going back to Sparks, for the Royals to really win this game, he is the X factor. He has to complete the passes we need him to complete. As the play clock, we don't get this off. That's a delay of game. We're going back 5 yards.
Sam, this has just been a rough second half so far for the Royals. They just really need that big play, and you're starting to feel like it may not be the offense that's going to be able to do it. Could it be the defense to make that big play? Could the defense get that pick 6 or that strip sack fumble? Someone's got to step up here, Sam, and we haven't seen that so far.
Yes, this team looks lethargic, although the Royals only trail by 3 as we near the end of the 3rd quarter. The energy in the stadium feels all Shamrocks right now, and the players. We talk about resilience. We talk about getting stronger as the conditions get tougher. The Royals need to be more resilient than ever.
And that's a boot.
That is a boot. Ooh, the Westfield return man stumbles. He only gets it to about the 16-yard line. What a punt from Heaven Street. Huge change of field possession for the Royals. That is good for the brand.
You're absolutely right, Sam. And, you know, it just makes that delay of game penalty a little bit more costly because you think the ball is on the 17-yard line. It could be on the 12-yard line. So the Royals haven't had their most disciplined football game tonight. But we still have a whole quarter of football to play. They're only down 3 points. This game is not over by any means, and it just takes one big play to get the momentum going their way.
Well, here we have the Shamrock offense. Spread formation, that's a handoff to the running back, number 33, Patchett, for a short game. Shoved out of bounds by a whole bunch of Royals defenders, most notably number 33, Zach Peterson.
About 5 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Let's see if they run the clock down. I think since it went out of bounds, the clock stops, but this early in the game, I think they might run it. Looks like they're going to get a play off.
They do.
Play action.
That's
He's got 81.
Action. Wow. He is wide open on the far side of the field. That's a first down, 88. You know his name by now. That is Dane Wheeler, who has just been eating receptions tonight and producing for this offense as we close out this 3rd quarter. Sam, Royals trail by 3. What has to change for the Royals to win this football game?
Well, Sam, I just think the Royals are making it way too easy on Westfield. I think they're so predictable on the offense. They're running the ball up the middle. And the defense has held up pretty well, but there's still some holes in the passing game, and it's going to take a big play. It really is, because both teams right now, this second half, contrasting the first half. The first half was all points, points, points. Now we're here, only 3 points scored in that third quarter. It's going to take a big play for the Royals to get back into this game.
So this Royals defense, you're right, Sam, they've been accustomed to this Westfield offense running predictable plays, and now when we see them change it up with play action passes, bootleg runs, bootleg scrambles for the quarterback to throw one out in the flat, I mean, it's wide open because this Royals team is biting on the bait that the Westfield offense has put out for them for 3 quarters. We need to see discipline from this defense, as a few defenders get in the backfield off the get-go. The zone read right there on first down does not work for the offense. Big tackle on the play by number 7, Isaac Abeyo. Gain of 1 for running back Eli Patchett.
That's a good start. They need to stop here, Sam. They really do. Got to give your offense a chance. Defense can't play 75% of the half and expect to win games.
Well, this is an interesting defensive formation for the Royals. 4 men up front, 2 linebackers, 5 in the secondary, 4 of them off to the far side of the field. Expecting the pass. It is pass out. Abeyo gets in the backfield quick, and that's a run from the quarterback. Cesar Morelli chases him out of bounds. It'll be 3rd and short, if not a first down. It is 3rd and short for the Shamrocks.
That's a smart play by the quarterback. He could have forced something there, but saw that he had open field. Got his 5 or 6 yards, and now they got a short 3rd down and a good chance to pick up a first down.
Defense once again responding to the trips formation from the offense on the far side of the field, stacking 4 defensive backs over there. That's a snap. The defense did not seem prepared. That's a run. There's a hole. There's a big hole as the running back Eli Patchett. All right, apologize. That was 32 Hauser on the run. Wiggles his way down the field.
Another first down by Westfield, and chipping away at this Royals defense. They need a stop.
Sam, we are down by 3, but as a Royals fan, it feels as though all energy has left our sideline, has left our team, as Hauser wiggles his way down for another big gain. Tackle on the play by Craig Kunkelman, but I mean, they need a stop. They need a big play.
They really do.
Momentum has left this Royals team, and you can't win if you don't have momentum on your side.
They really do, Sam, and I feel like it's been an eternity since we saw the offense on the field. And when the offense has gotten on the field, they haven't been able to extend drives, put points on the board, and just a lot of pressure on this defense to hold up for a long period of time.
Four seconds left on the play game clock. And they get the snap off. There's a handoff there to Hauser. I think he got the first down. Might be just short. We will see. But if that is a first down, this drive is extended just a little bit more, and the clock will just tick down a little bit further. The officials are signaling for the players to clear.
I believe they're going to measure this, and
yeah, the chains are coming out.
Very hard to see from our angle, but it's a 50-50 shot from what I'm seeing up here.
This will be close. From our point of view, it looks like it's going to be short. It is indeed short. And something to mention, Sam, I mean, the pass game has been good for the Shamrocks team, but the few runs, you think they might be trying to kill the clock here?
Well, I think it's a little too early in the fourth quarter to play that conservative, but I certainly think that they recognize that this Royals defense is getting tired and it's opening up more options for their run game. At some point, the Royals defense is going to tire out, and it's going to be tough to make those plays late in the game.
comes quarterback Cam Simmons. That's a quarterback sneak. That's going to be close. This Royals defense reacting as though they've stopped him, but the officials are a little bit past the marker from our point of view. That's a first down.
They're about a yard past the marker.
That is deflating.
That is. They took 3 downs. The Royals had a chance to get off the field. Westfield eating clock, as you said. And just tough right now. I mean,
it is
I
tough.
feel like we keep reiterating that they need to stop, but they really, really do. I mean, that's the only way that they have a chance right now is if the defense makes a play.
Another hole. There's Hauser. Stopped on the play. The number 18, John McCall, but that's another big run. That's another 2nd and short, and that is another 30 seconds off the clock.
Sam, I'm starting to see a pattern. They get 7 or 8 yards on first down. They get stopped on 2nd down, leaves them a 3rd and short, and then they get the first down. And that's got to be really frustrating because the defense has been so close so many times to getting off the field, and they just can't get it done right now. But we'll just see. We'll just have to see how this drive plays out. But it's just been a tough night so far for the Royals. The later we get into this game, the more deflated the atmosphere, it just feels like all the momentum is on Westfield's side right now.
You're right, and as a Royals fan, it is tough to see this because although we only trail by 3, it feels as though we are down by an insurmountable amount of points, and that this Westfield team is just controlling the game. The Royals are not out of it, but they need a big play to stay in it. There's a play-action pass. Could this be a chance for an interception? No, that is a big strike there and a big catch. Good pass from quarterback Cam Simmons. He has had himself a night. That was a big catch by, you guessed it, 88 Dane Wheeler having himself a career day from the wide receiver position.
Sam, Westfield has been so good on the play action tonight.
Quick run, churn clock. There is so much room for the running back. He runs over another defender. That is a touchdown, number 33, Eli Patchett. That play, the determination from Patchett to run through defenders, run through tackles, fight his way to the end zone is perfectly symbolic of what the second half has been. The Shamrocks control the momentum. The Shamrocks are playing harder. They're playing faster. They want it more than the Royals. We trail by 9, potentially 10, with only 8 minutes left in this game, Sam. We need a big play if we want to have any chance of coming off this field victorious.
Well, Sam, I think the one thing going for the Royals right now is the field goal is good.
I don't know if there's anything going good for the Royals, Sam.
Well,
I'm going to be honest.
The points, a common theme in this game is the points have come in clumps, and we've seen a lot of 10-0 runs, 14-0 runs, and we just saw another 10-0 run by Westfield to start the second half. Could the Royals have something in the works like that? You know, could they get a 14-0 run to end the game and win it? 8:47 left. That's still plenty of time, but it certainly starts right here with this offensive possession.
You're right, and with the pace of play that the Shamrocks have shown with long, grueling drives, you think that the Royals might only have 2 possessions left for the offensive side of the ball. And when you trail by 2 scores, you can do the math. We need to score every single time the offense has the ball.
And, Sam, the other thing to think about that's in the Royals' favor, though, is Westfield, I don't think there's any doubt about it now, they're going to go conservative. And how many times do we see when a team gets conservative, they lose the football game? Week 1 in NFL last week, the Colts, they got up to a 13-point lead, and they got conservative. They lost the game. The Chicago Bears got out to a 17-point lead, got conservative, lost the football game. Westfield's up 10 here, and I would assume they're going to get conservative. So the predictability will be there. The Royals certainly have a chance because anytime a football team gets conservative, bad things usually happen.
That is great analysis, and that is a great point. We have seen plenty of success from this Westfield offense through the air, but now we've seen it on the ground, so it will be interesting to see whether or not they change the play calls to try to lock this game up. But it all starts here, and it starts with the running back, and Matt Harris definitely getting the drive going, but Cody Sparks needs to complete a pass. He needs to get the ball down the field. and it's time for him to step up. Harris takes the carry, bounces it out. There is a hole. He gets to the corner. He breaks a few tackles. That is a great run. I mean, he is just churning his legs, finding the holes, running hard down the field. And if he might just be short there, stopped out of bounds, but, I mean, he is running hard.
Sam, and it's got to be so frustrating for him, though. He's over 200 yards tonight, and the team is trailing by 10 points. I couldn't imagine being the running back in that situation.
Here he is again. He gets stopped at the goal line, or at the line of scrimmage. A few big hits, most notably number 41 for the Shamrocks. That is Zach Collins, a linebacker. So here we have 2nd and short to 3rd and short. They have to convert here, Sam. If they do not convert and the defense comes back onto the field after a 30-second rest, you cannot expect good things.
And let me ask you this. Is this 4-down territory? There's 8 minutes left in the game, but do you really feel comfortable giving Westfield the ball back at the 29-yard line? But I don't think it matters, Sam, because it looks like they got the first down.
It does indeed. That is 31, Lance Stevens, the ball carrier, getting some fresh legs into the game. Now you've got the first down. Now you got the players getting a little bit comfortable. I want to see Cody Sparks take a shot. I want to see a play-action pass called, and I want Ben Boysen or Jackson Lance on the near side of the field to get a target.
And Jackson Lance in single coverage.
And it's another run, and it's another stop. You get predictable. This is what happens.
And I'll tell you, Sam, I just mentioned it a second ago, Jackson Lance, how many times has he been in single coverage tonight at the bottom of the screen? And they run it up the middle. You said it, it's predictable. And look, once again here, he's in single coverage.
No safety back to stop
He's got
him.
Breakaway speed. He can get behind the defense. And
They
Sparks
do target him,
recognizes.
and that is a big completion to Jackson Lance, a dart from Sparks, and that's what we're talking about. Single coverage. I'm willing to bet that 9 times out of 10, Jackson Lance beats the defensive back lined up against him. One of the more athletic players on the Royals team, one of the more athletic players in the state. And when you have single coverage with no safety, you target your playmakers. Sparks rolls out to his right looking for Boyes, and he's not open. He throws that was a dangerous pass to the corner. I think that is number 86. Rhodes there was a receiver targeted, incomplete pass.
Sam, going back to Lance, when you're in single coverage and you have the speed and the great hands that he has, there's so many options he can do. He can run a slant, he can run a streak, get behind the defense, he can run a curl.
And look right here how close the defender was playing him from the line of scrimmage. They back off, showing pass. It is a pass out to Boysen. He runs forward, he fights forward for a good gain as we move into Westfield territory. Gain of about 5 on the play. It is 3rd and 5. I like seeing the pass. I like seeing the pass a little bit more, Sam. Now the run isn't as predictable.
And once again, oh wow! And the Westfield coach all the way out on the field. He steps back.
He has been fiery all night.
Lance in single coverage once again.
It's a run. There's a hole. He's fighting 40 short. He is short by a good 2 yards, Sam. 6 minutes left. This is 4-down territory. I mean, we're trailing by 2 scores.
It's absolutely 4-down territory here. You've got to score here.
A legal shift on the offense. Oh, boy.
Now, Sam, does Westfield accept this or decline this? If they decline, it's 4th and 2. If they accept, it's 3rd and 10.
Yeah.
But the Royals, assuming they're in 4-down territory, they get 2 opportunities versus 1.
I think, yes, they accept the penalty. It's 3rd and 10 now.
I think that's the right call because the Royals haven't been able to do much on offense. I think I would like my chances.
Well, here's plenty of defenders trying to make switches. We could not catch him with 12 men on the field.
Lance in single coverage at the bottom of the screen and the defender playing very tightly on him. The deep ball should be here on this play. Let's see if Sparks recognizes it.
Oh, he's running. Gosh, that just wasn't a good play call. Yeah, I mean, it's tough to see because there's so many weapons on this offense. And that's just a tough play call. Trying to run a screen pass on 3rd and 10, that's not what you like to see.
And one of the things I notice, Sam, is Sparks loves looking to the right of the field. He never really looks back towards Lance's side of the field. And they're sending the punt unit out here. That's risky. Coach Moore's putting faith in his defense, but
6 minutes left. This Westfield offense churning clock. This is a gamble. Most definitely, that's a great punt. Fielded at the 5. Few defenders there. They can't get a body on him. He stopped, though, at the 13-yard line. We need a 3 and out.
We really do. And Westfield, I don't think it's rocket science what they're going to do here. They're going to run the football, and they're going to try to eat up as much clock as they can. The Royals have to know that. They got to expect that. But once again, if you get in a 3rd and long situation, you can't bite on the play action too, because that's been there all night, and Westfield has had a very high conversion rate on that play.
Well, we know that they can run the ball, they can pass the ball, they can do it all. HSC needs to do a little bit more here. The slot receiver is going unguarded right now for the Westfield offense. That's interesting. But it's a handoff. He's getting out to the right side of the field. There's a flag on the play. It'd be interesting to see if that's offensive or defensive, because if this is a holding call, that is huge.
And that's the kind of break the Royals need.
The offense is moving backwards.
Sam, it's going to be really, really hard to run the ball on 1st and 20.
That is a holding on the offense. It's coming back deep in the Westfield territory, Sam. So here's an interesting scenario for you. You've got this Westfield offense trying to play conservative. And if they are unable to convert this first down with conservative run plays, HSC gets the ball back. But if they try to take a shot, they're in dangerous territory where any turnover gives the Royals prime scoring position. So quite the pickle here for the Shamrocks.
For sure. And if I'm Westfield, I'm just trying to melt as much clock as I can right here. I think
here we have
this Royals offense. It's going to be tough to score 10 points in 5 minutes.
Simmons keeps the ball. He's swallowed up immediately. Gain of about 2.
We haven't seen much explosion at all out of the Royals offense tonight. And for them to score 10 points in 5 minutes, it would certainly be a surprise to all of us. But just a tough night. But they're already melting clock. I mean, it's only 2nd down, and we're going to be inside 5 minutes here by the time they snap the ball.
You're right. So clock is definitely a factor. I believe the Royals only have 2 timeouts left in this half. 10 points in 5 minutes. This offense is a challenge. But this Royals team, as we've been preaching, is resilient. That's a timeout by the Shamrocks as the play clock was winding down. So 4:56 left in this quarter. We'll take this time to say thank you to our crew who has helped make this broadcast possible tonight, first and foremost. First and foremost, big thank you to the cameraman, Matt Meyer, the senior at HSC, has done his due diligence, standing up on the roof all night, providing you with the great camera angles to enjoy this game at home. Furthermore, big thank you to our spotter, Tyler Groves, giving us the calls on the field to identify the players and give them the credit they deserve for the big tackles they're making. Big thank you as well as due to Turner Graves. He has picked up the role of producer in the last week, has learned the software, and has done a phenomenal job tonight running everything you are seeing on your screen. And lastly, big thanks to my colleague Sam Smith. Great job tonight. And hopefully this Royals team can make it a happy ending for all of us Royals fans at home and here at the game. As Simmons takes the snap, it is a handoff. There is a big hole. Oh my goodness, that is a huge tackle there. It looked like as though the running back Patchett was going to work his way out of it. So now it's a 3rd and medium, 3rd and about 6 or 7. Big tackle by Tony Kasiri, the senior captain. It looked like Patchett might escape. That is a huge stop that might prove pivotal for this Royals team as the clock painfully ticks down. Hard count from Simmons, trying to get the defense to jump.
We're going to be inside 3 minutes.
Gosh, that is grueling. It's a quarterback run. There's room, but he is stopped short. Guess who?
Tony
That's
Kasiri?
Tony Kasiri.
Oh, I got it.
Tony Kasiri has done a phenomenal job tonight making big tackles. He is the leader in tackles in the conference coming into tonight's game. I expect that to keep up. There's 3:45 left with the play clock ticking down. It's going to go to about 3 minutes and 25 seconds by the time we'll get the ball back. We're trailing by 10 points, Sam. That is brutal.
That is because the Royals' strength is their run game. Their weakness is the pass game.
Oh, we were close. Is the flag out? We ran into the kicker. We needed the big block. That was a gamble.
That might do it, Sam, if that's on the Royals.
I mean, you got to imagine that's a running into the kicker. It is. That's a first down.
I think the Royals just blew their opportunity.
Well,
the one opportunity that they would have had. And, man, just a frustrating penalty.
I think special teams coaches had to have said, we're going to gamble here. We talked about it. There's 3 minutes left. You're not going to score 10 points in 3 minutes. The only way to do that is to block a punt, is to get a touchdown here, and try to get the ball back for your offense as quick as possible. That was a gamble. That was a risk. And with high stakes, there's a high reward or there's also a high penalty. Down by 10, 3:21 left, Sam. Might be the ball game.
Yeah, and the Royals held scoreless in the second half. For the first time all season, they weren't trailing at the half, and they weren't able to do anything with it. So just a tough night, and I think it goes back to the time of possession. The defense was on the field way too much tonight. They're still on the field. I think the offense, correct me if I'm wrong, they've only been on the field for 3 possessions in this second half. That just can't happen.
No, you are right, and we have to give credit where credit is due to this Westfield offense. I think this HSC football team is incredibly talented. I think this HSC football team is well coached. Coach Morris has done a phenomenal job in his first year in the program, building a new culture and taking many first-year players and just putting them in positions where they can excel. And this team is talented, the coaches are talented, and when you see a second-half performance like this, you have to give credit to the Westfield offense and Westfield defense. The coaching and the performance and execution from the players of the Westfield Shamrocks has been phenomenal. We've seen this team get down to second and shorts every single possession. Seen this Westfield team just churn clock, chew the game, as well as the Westfield defense tighten up the screws, limit the run game, and force the Royals to play on their Achilles heel, which is the pass game. So tough outing for the Royals. It's going to be a tough loss to swallow, but we said the most resilient team would win, and we could see that Westfield was far and away the more resilient team after taking a lot of shots in the first half, letting up 24 points, and then to come out and pitch a scoreless second half. That is phenomenal.
And just to think about this, Sam, and we've talked about the youth of the Royals. You've got a lot of seniors, and you've also got a lot of young players. And with that, with the development stage of a lot of players, you're going to have mistakes. But you're going to be great at times. You're going to have a lot of ups and downs. And certainly tonight's a down, but it's the 5th game of the season. They've got 2 wins, and we're only halfway through the season.
You're right, but
they still have 5 games to get better.
With it, you're exactly right. There's no reason to give up on this Royals team yet because they have the potential. Not even close, as there's a false start there on the offense. Number 55 jumped. But it's unfortunate to think that tonight had so many more implications on the HCC and our season in general. A win tonight puts us above 500. A win tonight gives us a 2 wins in the HCC, 2-1 record in the HCC. Now we fall to 1-2 in the conference. It's tough. It's definitely tough to see that, but as long as this team can figure it out by sectionals, I would not bet against the Royals. Simmons awaits in the shotgun formation for the snap.
It's interesting to see
Is that a timeout from the Shamrocks?
He was in the shotgun formation, almost as if they were going to pass the ball on this play. But Sam, not sure why you would pass with 2:07 left in the game when you've got the ball and you're up 10 points.
Well, it is a tough situation, Sam, for sure. But it is 3rd and long here. So
the first down does end the game. I mean, I think that's the fair argument for Westfield here is you can play conservative here, run down the clock, or you can end the game right here.
Well, it is interesting, definitely. I mean, the Royals get the ball back. They'll have a little over a minute left. Could they do something? We shall see. And we just want to give a quick shout out to the viewers. Thank you for your support tonight. As the running back takes the ball, he is definitely tackled short of that first down marker, making it a 4th and 2. But once again, the viewers, for your support tuning into the stream, we appreciate you greatly. We do this for you. We want Royals fans everywhere to be able to tune in to watch their favorite team. So thank you. Big shout out to the fans tonight as the coaches march onto the field to encourage their players as there's 2 minutes left in this football game.
And speaking of our fans and getting this gig this year with Sam, it's been great, but some of my friends were disappointed that I wouldn't be down in the student section with them, and there's one in particular that was a little upset, and my friend Leighton, just want to say, man, that I got to do it for the Royals fans, and, you know, we've had a lot of memories over the years down in the student section, but it's just so fun being up here, able to bring a broadcast to my fellow Royals every week, and it's just been a blast up here with this year with you, Sam. And, you know, this is only our 2nd game, but many more to come, hopefully.
You are right, Sam, and many more to come for years to come. This program is not going away. Southeastern Sports Network is just getting started. With 2 minutes left, the Royals going to get the ball back. We need a touchdown, a stop, an onside kick, and another score to even have a chance of forcing overtime. That's a tall order. Not a lot of time to try to satisfy those requirements. We sent a lot of pressure. Again, that is a great kick. Eggers with a fair catch at the 25-yard line, 154 left, 10-point deficit. Do the Royals have a miracle in them? We will find out.
And Sam, I hate to be negative, but I would definitely put my money on them not having it in them tonight. But you never know, man. That's why it's called a miracle. And maybe they'll end up on SportsCenter tonight as the greatest high school football comeback of the week. I would surely love to see it, but it's going to take something special right here.
You've got 4 receivers, Sparks. This has to be a throw. Throwing it across the field. It's a short pass. And we talk about predictability. Predictability has definitely been a detriment to this Royals offense. You know, all game, Westfield expecting the run. Now they know the pass is coming. How do you free up the weapons on the offense here to put the ball in the end zone in the next comfortably 40 seconds? Well, Sparks rolls out. Not that many receivers going far down the field, overthrows a receiver on the far side of the field. And when you've got 3 guys running a hitch route to the right, I mean, that is a good way to get the ball down the field and get out of bounds. You just like to see the conversion there. I do like the play call, though, from the offensive coordinators.
Yes, Sam, and at what point do you just go deep and
let Sparks?
You have nothing to lose here. I mean, Sparks has the arm. You got the speed with Lance.
Well, it's a handoff to Harris, trying to be a little bit unpredictable. Hoping for a big run-only gain of 6. That puts Matt Harris well over 200 yards on the night. Big game for him.
Even though the Royals are going to go on to lose this football game, the effort of Matt Harris has to be appreciated. I mean, just...
Well, here he is again, a big run, breaking tackles, cutting back. Oh, boy, he has room to go. Brought down on the Shamrock. 44-yard line, cutting back, making juke moves, ball carrier vision, and just the instincts of Matt Harris. You see a runner like that, it takes years to get comfortable with making cuts and jukes that look like they're just natural, second nature to him. Sam, he was playing basketball only 2 years ago. Last time he played organized football was as a 7th grader. That is ridiculous.
That is ridiculous, Sam. And I think that just speaks volumes of the coaching staff. And we talk about it with Kasiri and Manny Daniels and Matt Harris.
Well, that's a shot there. There's a receiver. He underthrows a receiver. Lance is short there at the 4-yard line. It is a completion, and the clock will stop with 1:05 left. Oh, boy, if that pass is a few yards farther, that's a touchdown. However, I mean, that was a long pass. Sparks definitely put all that he had into it. There is the snap. There is the spike. We have 1:03 left, a chance to score. We need a miracle, but we might be on the cusp of one, Sam.
And, Sam, if they somehow pull this off, I'm going to be eating a lot of words because the last few minutes I've been talking about how the Royals are going to lose this football game, but you know what? They're showing a lot of resilience right now.
Well, here we have Sparks in the pistol, boys, and runs across the screen. Throwing the pass to the receiver, Lance, well over his head. That was not Jackson Lance. Actually, I think that was DeAndre Rhodes. And I'll tell you what, Sam, I would like to see Landon Morris come into this football game. The big sophomore receiver. We saw him make a big catch earlier in the game. I think he can make one down here on the goal line. But here we have Cody Sparks, pistol formation, 1 minute left. It's another pass. He throws a dart there right across the near side, short side of the field. It's fourth down.
Now, Sam, think about it. It's a 2-possession game, 10-point game.
Do you kick the field goal?
Do you kick the field goal and take the points here?
Yes, you do. You do, because you were exactly right, Sam.
Because you got to score either way.
Might as well do it now.
You might as well take the points and at least give yourself a chance or an onside kick.
Well, we need an onside kick. And if this field goal goes in, we're only trailing by 7, and they need the onside kick and they need a miracle. You can hear the Westfield student section. They are loud. They are proud. We have Mitchell Hebden-Street. Does he have the ice tonight? Good snap, good hold. That's in. That's good. Good kick from Hebden-Street. Royals trail by 7. We have life, but we are down 53. We're down by 7 with 53 seconds left. I apologize, I misspoke. We need the onside kick, and that is just the beginning to a series of unlikely events that are going to have to occur for this Royals team. So, Sam, what is your approach here? You kick one high in the air and hope that a player muffs it, or that your hands team can get there and make the play, or do you try to kick a short kick that is bouncing unpredictably and it's hard to corral? What do you like to see here?
Well, Sam, I've always been more of a fan of the high onside kick just because it gives your players a chance to get right there. And if you're on the receiving end and you know you have 11 guys coming at you full speed and the ball's in the air, that's a tough ball to take and catch. And I've always been on the side of intimidate the receivers. I like the high onside. I think the percentage is higher, and I think it's more successful.
Well, with the onside kick here, Hebden-Street is definitely favoring his left side. Your near side of the screen. It's not as heavy on that side of the ball, though. Will they switch it up? The kick. It's bouncing. Boysen makes the catch. I think it wasn't 10 yards, though. Was it 10 yards? That will be interesting because Boysen makes the catch. We are waiting on a call. Hold on.
No flag.
No flag.
No flag yet.
I don't think that was 10 yards. I just do not. We will be interested to see
Sam,
the ref getting in the face of the Westfield coach. He is heated. No flag, no call. What will it be? Royals ball! The Royals recovered the onside kick. I don't know about that call, but I am not upset. The Royals receive the ball. The flag is thrown. What?
Wow.
I am confused. I am incredibly confused because now they signal
unsportsmanlike conduct on Westfield. The Royals are going to move about 15 yards shorter. Holy smokes, Sam.
Oh, boy, Sam.
Better get that Sports Center script out. We might be on it tomorrow morning.
Sam, what has just occurred? I'm going as an unbiased viewer of this football game. I do not think Ben Boysen made possession of the ball 10 yards down the field.
I agree, Sam, but
it doesn't matter because we have the ball.
This
and
is our
Westfield
chance
is upset,
right here.
And we have the momentum. Sparks rolling to his right. That's a catch the boys, and he turns up the field. He needs to get out of bounds. He needs to go down. That's churning clock. 45 seconds left. Get up to the ball. Let's make a quick play. Get the spike down. 38, 37, 36 seconds left. Spike down. 36 seconds.
Wow, Sam, I'm telling you what. I've been at HSC for 4 years, been up in the student section for 4 years, and I've seen a lot of games where the Royals I leave the stadium wondering how did we win the game, and this has the potential to be one of those.
This stadium's so loud. Trips at the near side of the field. Sparks looking to the sideline. I like Jackson Lance in the slot here. They've got two safeties deep. It's a handoff to Harris. He needs to get out of bounds or get up to the field. Offense needs to line up.
But the clock stops on first down. So
first down.
Right up to the line. He spikes it.
It was a
penalty flag. Was somebody offsides?
I think Rhodes might not have been lined up.
Oh, no.
I'm confused on the call here. I don't know if Rhodes was lined up on line. He might have been offsides.
It's on Westfield.
It is on Westfield. Oh, my goodness, Sam. The momentum.
Now, what is the call? Because I don't see the chains moving at all. It's going to be...
It was a sideline warning to the Westfield Shamrocks. The Royals are moving up the field.
It's a 5-yard penalty and basically a free timeout. Even though they spiked the football. Now, do they get the down back? That's the real question. It is
first down.
The scoreboard is showing first down. And so are the chains, so they get a free one there.
Going back, there's pressure. He holds up tough. He's got to get the ball out. Is that a sack? Is that a fumble? Oh boy, I think he might have turned it over. No, Sparks held on. That was close. There is 10 seconds left, Sam. They're going to have to spike the ball. Sack there is costly, 7 seconds. It is improbable, but it is not impossible. We have seen many, many things from this Royals team. We thought they were counted out of this game. 7 seconds left. They need a miracle. There it is, third down. There's an injury in the secondary for the Westfield Shamrocks. You cannot see it on your screen, but a defensive back is down. Okay, Sam, we have 7 seconds left in this game. Cody Sparks has an arm. We've got receivers like Landon Morris, DeAndre Rhodes, Ben Boysen, Jackson Lance. All 4 of them can make plays.
Well, the other thing in play, Sam, is while it's not called often, when you get 5 or 6 receivers and 5 or 6 defensive backs all there together, there's always the potential for a pass interference too, which would put them right on the goal line. Now, I have not seen that call very often, but it's certainly, by rule, pass interference is any time contact interferes with the catching of a pass, and you see that a lot on the Hail Mary attempts. So it's whether the refs decide if that's a call they want to make or not. We'll look out for that right here.
Well, something interesting to consider is that this injury timeout has now given the Royals time to draw up a play. They are putting their best play on the field. The Shamrocks are putting their best play on the field. Who wants it more here tonight? Sparks awaits the snap. He has time. He throws a shot. There's a receiver. It's Boysen, and it's broken up.
There is 1 second left.
So that's an interesting call. He throws it to the double coverage, showing Boysen there. And this is going to be the last play of the football game. Unless your Royals can find the end zone. The stadium is shaking. The Westfield fans are electric. But are these Royals?
Now, Sam, if they score here, do you go for 2 to win the football game?
Let's just worry about putting it in the end zone, Sam. Sparks has time. Throwing it deep, it's high, there's a chance, and it's broken up. It is broken up by the Westfield defensive backs. He gave the receivers a chance. The ball hung in there for plenty of time. But the Shamrocks come out victorious. Your HSE Royals fall 34-27. They fall to 2-3 on the season and 1-2 in conference play. That was a tough call, but that was a good catch. That was a good defensive play. I mean, Sparks gave them a shot there with an onside kick, with a field goal going in. It's just an unfortunate ending, but definitely the Royals never quit. We talk about resilience, despite them trailing, despite the odds stacked against them. They could have rolled over with 2 minutes left, and the Shamrocks still had the ball, but they decided not to. And I like to see that from this team. There's definitely moral victories that happened on this field tonight, but the Shamrocks are going to come out victorious. Hard-fought game, well-fought game from the Shamrocks, well coached. But a big thanks is due, or big kudos is due to the HSE Royals. So signing off tonight, I am Sam Houston with Southeastern Sports Network. We will see you next week, once again on Friday, as we will broadcast the HSE Royals football game. Thank you to everyone for tuning in tonight. Unfortunate ending for the Royals. Signing off, Southeastern Sports Network.